Good morning, everybody. Day 2 Predatortour. We are live back in our studio. On my left side for you guys, the right side, Wim. And we are excited to bring you another day. First, I will speak my words to the participants out there. After this small talk, I will send you the new QR code for the day 2. If there is any problems that you don't receive your email or whatsoever, just text us to the organization number by WhatsApp. So don't use the other number, only the organization number. We send it several times in the emails already. So if you have any problems receiving the unique code, just text us or give us a call and we will send it by WhatsApp so you can start the competition. Also, some teams send us direct messages to our Facebook page. We will never respond on direct messages on the Facebook page. Only we respond on our email or telephone. So please don't any direct message on our Facebook page. Yesterday, it was low on receiving any live calls. We got a lot of complaints about, where are the fishermen? Well, I explained it yesterday also. We are not in a position to bring cameras on board of the participants due to the COVID-19. So we are fully rely on the participants. So please, guys, help us out and try to get into the show as much as possible. Of course, we have backups with movies from previous years, but the real fun factor is that you guys, the participants, be live in the broadcast as much as possible. Even if you don't catch any fish, maybe changing spots, driving your boat around, whatever it takes. Please, once in a while, maybe every hour, it don't have to be like 10 minutes, it can be like maybe 1 minute, but use the link. We have the software for it, and for the people back at home, it's always nice to see and watch you fish in the waters.
And later, when you're back at home again, it's also nice to see yourself again doing the things. And like Evert said, it's not only about catching a big fish and doing that, but even if you stumble and fall in the water, that's really fun and nice to see.
Of course.
It's about you. It's about you showing what you're doing, and we are really curious what you're doing. For instance, where you are, how it looks over there. Latvia, show is Latvia. Please. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's nice. We have also got from a couple of participants. They didn't use the live stream, but they make some really nice movie. We will show you that movie after my talk to you. In like 2 minutes, I will send out the email for the participants, so you guys can download the unique code, the QR code, and if you don't receive it after 8 o'clock, just send us the text by WhatsApp. Well, I think we said it all. I will start the intro movie of the participants sent in like yesterday. So it's a really nice and big fish. So thank you for that, guys. And after that, we do the countdown and we will start away day 2.
Hi, we are Julia and Sven, and we are fishing for Haringvliet Europe. We are fishing on the home river. It's a water in the north of Germany, in the near of Hamburg, and we can catch here all 3 species, but it's not easy.
Yes, that's right. We can catch here all the species, but the pikes are very hard to fish. But we will hammering the whole day. We wish all the other anglers good luck, so much fun and healthy, and we hope that we can beat the fucking corona and see us the next year, 2021. And now you can see our boat. We open all the subjects. Boat check in the morning at day 1. So, we wish you good luck and have a nice day.
Geil los.
Hier bei der Predatortour 2020. Wir fischen von unserem Hausgewässer aus. Diesen 38er Barsch haben wir gerade gefangen, auf meiner Black Force, die bis 21 Gramm. Und der Gute darf jetzt wieder zurück. Und dann schauen wir, was noch so passiert. Jawohl.
Nu, ko, turpinām spēli.
No 6, nē, no 9 zivīm 5 jau ir.
Jā, no 9 zivīm 5 jau ir. Bļāvis, kā mēs noķersim asars, es nestādos priekšā.
Es atvedu.
Nu, lai tā būtu rūts.
Vēl viena līdera.
Vēl viena līdera vajag, tam aizies ieskaitīt apsties pusties, kas pamatu.
Vēl viena līdera vajag.
Jā.
Un tad varēsim ķert asarīšus.
3 dienas.
Vēl viena.
Nu ko, Predators turpinās.
Jā. Trešā zivs.
Trešā zivs.
Trešais mēriņš.
Ejam, jā, trešais mēriņš, ejam pa priekšu visiem grafikiem. Mums jāķer 3 dienas, bet mums jau ir labs Zanders, mums ir arī skaista līdeka. Nu, kā lai pasaka, copi mūs mīl, jā. Vismaz šobrīd, vai negodīgi, ležam vaļā. Mama, tā. Viss būs labi. Jā, tieši tā. Neēd vairāk tās gumijas. Neēd. Nu ko?
Turpinam.
Ķeram, ko redzam un turpinam. Izskatās kā zandartiem mums šodien
Mums
laikam.
3 zandarti ir.
3 zandarti ir.
87 bija vai 88?
88 bija
67 un 77.
Forši, tagad jāķer līdaks. Ja? Zandarta plāns ir, var teikt, ka izpildīts.
Kāda raķeta.
Saucās
Kāda raķeta.
šitos zandartus no dziļuma viņus nevajag atlaist. Nē, viņi nomirst lejā. Šitas aizgāja nomirt. Nu ko, turpinām spēli.
No 6, nē, no 9 zivīm 5 jau ir.
Jā, no 9 zivīm 5 jau ir. Bļāvis, kā mēs noķersim asars, es nestādos priekšā.
Es atvedu.
Nu, lai tā būtu rūts.
Vēl viena līdera.
Vēl viena līdera vajag, tam aizies ieskaitīt apsties pusties, kas pamatu.
Vēl viena līdera vajag.
Jā.
Un tad varēsim ķert asarīšus.
3 dienas.
Yes, 2 minuten bezig. Eerste snoekbaars in de pocket. En we gaan snel door.
Okay, back to the studio. Well, I think that was really excited to see some movies, action movies of our participants. So guys, thank you for that. We really appreciate it.
And look at me, I was really smiling because we saw a really great fish, big Zander. Tiger was on. So really, it's so nice to see. So send them in.
Yes.
Send it in.
And we are streaming now on Facebook, but maybe as you noticed, the entire stream, the full stream of yesterday, the full day, is already on our YouTube channel as well. So you can watch all the footage back on our YouTube channel. Well, I think it's time. We will bring in a starting movie also from the participants. I think it's really excited to see. And after the horn whistle goes, you guys are allowed to start. Happy hunting, happy hammering, and guys, be the best, catch the biggest. Good luck today.
Good luck.
Juri, Predatortour. Starten.
We're on the spot.
Vissen.
Okay, all the teams are gone now. New day. It's time for another day with hopefully action. Well, I don't think the participants see this part of the movie because they are out on the water going to the first spots. Wim will take over from me now. He will do some short explanation about the leaderboard, the app, and the rules and regulations. So, Wim, please take it over from me and inform the people how
Yes, I
about
will.
the second day
Yes, I
leaderboard and
will.
so on.
Hi guys and girls, good morning again. As you can see, my eyes are a bit like this because I had a blast yesterday and I was really tired because of all the things I had to do and think about and look at. It was nice. Yesterday we already said technically everything was cool. The leaderboard went well. The uploading and downloading of the pictures, measuring. That was really nice, and what we missed a bit was the interaction. So we hope today more interaction with fishermen, and well, we showed you already some footage from Julia Patsak and her husband, and that's so cool to see smiling fishermen catching fish and enjoying what they are doing. About the leaderboard, yesterday I told you more about the leaderboard. Makes sense. It's a list of the catches of that moment. The people that catch fish upload a picture of the fish according to some rules, measurements. For instance, a Zander has to be over 42 centimeters, otherwise it doesn't count. And that's applicable for more the other fish as well, of course. Uploading it to the leaderboard. My colleagues Brett and Hans receive messages from the fishermen. Pictures taken with their telephone next to it with a QR code on it on a measuring tape. We compare the measuring tape with a measuring tape we've got here and measure exactly to the millimeter because every millimeter counts in this competition. The leaderboard is updated constantly, so if you refresh every minute, the leaderboard will be updated as it is at that moment because the Hans and Brett are not even allowed to have a coffee. They have to stay behind their laptop and wait for the fishermen. At this moment, we are 3 minutes on in the competition. We don't expect any fish, but yesterday, in 8 minutes, first big catch. So you never know. If you download the app, and yesterday I shared on my personal Facebook or the Baasbaas Facebook the Android version of the Predatortour app. If you download it, you can check everything I tell you about the rules, about who's on top at this moment, and that makes sense because yesterday they ended first. The Latvian team is on top majorly. Really, they're doing really good. Check the leaderboard on our app. Otherwise, go to predatortour.com. The leaderboard is there as well. If you do not have the possibility to download it in iOS or Android, download it, check it out. Stay here on Facebook. Put in your earbuds. Listen to what's happening. Check the films. Check the sponsor films because it's not only commercial, also very interesting to watch. Yesterday I even told my wife about what we show, so it's really interesting. Enjoy today. Hope to see you with footage from the fishermen as soon as we have them. Thanks. Evert will take over the technical part because he's technical.
No, no, I'm not.
You're not. You are.
Well, thanks again, Wim, for the explanation. For all the people out there, yeah, we hope we can get in some more action today. Of course, yeah, like I said, we rely fully on our participants. in normal situations we put in marshals and camera guys into the boats, but due to the coronavirus, that's not possible for us. So if you have any relations fishing out there, just give them a call and push them a little, that they will come live in the broadcast. The technique is here, so we are ready for them. Well, in the meantime, the footage from day one yesterday is also on our YouTube Predator channel. So if you want to look back the day from yesterday, there are 2 streams, because we have to cut in the middle a short break. And that's not that we need to have a short break, but that's the thing of Facebook. We can't stream more than 8 hours, and we are longer live than 8 hours, so we have to cut in the middle. I think around 12 o'clock we will have a short break, and then we bring up the stream again, so you can see us for the second time of this day.
And by the way, the break doesn't mean that the leaderboard is not being updated.
No.
Because like I said, Hans is not even allowed to have a lunch. He has to update the leaderboard, so you can keep on checking that as well.
Yes. Well, I think you guys have seen us enough. We will bring in a movie from a previous edition. And this is a movie from the Swedish edition. And it's Mr. Troomstead from CWC together with Pierre Monnieret. And they are fishing the Swedish edition of the Predatortour. So, we bring in that movie, and hopefully we can cut down the movie with some interesting live footage from the scene. Well, enjoy the movie, and I hope to see you guys soon enough.
Predatortour 2018, Sweden. What do you think?
I think it's lovely. It looks beautiful morning. We did 6 pike today. I think it would be nice to fill up the paper today, and it's the total length after 3 days. So hopefully we get 6 really nice fish.
And I had pre-fishing last week, and with quite good result. So we'll see. Don't think nobody has fished there since I was there. So
I will get them.
We get them. Okay, let's do this.
It's okay.
You have it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a long one. Yeah!
Yes!
Yes, it's a long one. Directly. Third
Nice.
cast.
It's a fucking long fish.
Super. First spot.
First cast.
Oh, second
Second
cast.
cast.
Second
Boom.
cast. But it's a spawning bay. We had super fishing here, before spawning time, and now we were not sure if they still was here, but still they are fishing here. Super start.
Oh, nice fish.
And the new hot spotted bullhead. Busted Jerk did it again. Okay, take it out. Okay. Oof. It's a long fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do the shadow. Be careful the shadow.
You have it?
Yeah.
113 centimeters. First stop. Good take on the new color of Busted Jerk. Hot spotted bullhead. Okay, we put her back. Bye. Bye. Good start. Yeah. Okay, Pierre. Let's do this.
Yeah. We decided to start with 2 different baits, so we can figure out if they are more on jerkbait or shad. So if we get more contact on jerkbait, I will switch with the jerkbait as well. But so far, I have strike as well with the giant pig shad, and I have some really good result on this lake with this color last year. So I start with that one, and so far, a couple of casts and I have contact. So I will keep that one for a while, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, now we are in another bay, and why we fish here is because we're thinking some big females still around after spawning, and if they are, they take instant. And also I have been fishing here 1 week ago, and you know, I know the area, so I really want to cover this places first day. And if we don't succeed, then we go out to the rocks, you know, the drop-off and so on, and try that one. But I think in the end today we're going to have 6 fishes. That's our plan anyway.
I change now. Stefan have 4 pike. So far I have only 2 touch, but nothing on the rod. So now it's time to be intelligent maybe. Stefan get the fish on the hot-spotted bullet. So it's like a green, a little bit of yellow. That's actually the favorite of Stefan. So I take this one. Stefan have some white on the front. This one have the power dots, so will be perfect. And you can see this one I've catch so many pike, so nothing to prove for that one. But maybe later when we fish deep, we're going to use this again, because for deep water it's perfect. But so far they like the side-to-side action and the rattle. They're not really feeding, it's more and more aggressive on the bait, so let's try.
Okay, Pierre, it's 4 o'clock. First day is done. And I think we did what we came for.
Yeah.
The first day we said we will fill the paper, and we did. And actually we have one decent fish.
Yes, second cast. That was cool.
Yeah, boom.
Nice fish. Tomorrow we're going to have I think, a new strategy for tomorrow. We forget all the small bay we've done today, because there's not so many fish.
No,
and,
but I think we did right to take the bass the first day.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
All the spots that, yeah. So.
And tomorrow we try maybe a little bit deeper water, something like this, and try to get the big one.
Take them on the rocks.
We'll take them, I promise you.
Okay. Super. Okay, this is the second day of Predatortour 2018. We have a new strategy this day. We're going to fish on the drop zones quite far out for catching just 1 or 2 big fishes. And we're fishing lots deeper now than yesterday. Pierre, what do you think about the weather?
Yeah, I think today we have pretty nice weather. It's not so rough, so we are quite lucky because we fish really out. And we fish between big rocks, a big drop. So hopefully we succeed today. We really need those 2 big fish today, really big fish today. So yeah, it's the first few casts now. So let's fish and hope for the big one now.
Yeah, today we need to switch out at least 2 fish. The top team, they had some crazy fishing yesterday. Really big fish has been caught, and you know its average size was 109 centimeters. It's crazy, it's so big fish. So we are forced to switch 2 fish at least today to have a chance. That's why we only go for 1 or 2 bites. Okay.
You never know. Can be. It's a pike.
Same size.
Ah, smaller.
Smaller?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's. But he's not. You see, he's not spawned yet. This one.
You think?
How was the smallest one we have?
I don't know.
But this is pretty small, but still 80, 83. Yeah, we have a 70, 79, 70 something. We take picture of that
Yeah,
one.
we take picture. Yep,
Okay?
it's okay. Good.
Start to meet some fish now.
Yeah.
Not so big, but hopefully it's bigger fish. We're back.
Yeah, we choose these spots because it's just the edge of the open sea, and you know, outside here you have lots of bait fish, and it's very late in the spring, so the temperature is quite high, and I think it's good oxygen here when the wind is pushing. And yeah, we have tried some spots now when we have meat fish on every spot, so hopefully we get another big fish here soon. Yeah, yeah, fish! Again!
Yeah,
Good, 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 good!
big one.
Yeah, yeah! Super!
Come on. It's a good fish. It's a strong fish. I imagine much bigger than this. You see how they're strong?
Yeah.
But it's not bad.
No, no, no.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No. And this fish hasn't spawned.
No, no. Nice. Cool.
Good
Second fish
work,
on the
good
same spot.
work! Now
The net.
now we have the pair. Good. That's a nice fish.
Second fish on the spot, same spot. After releasing the 107, few casts. Get that one. Spotted bullet again. With 7 gram and the tungsten lead just to go a little bit deeper. Yeah. So, see how long is that one? Maybe we can improve one fish.
It's okay.
It's okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, you can send it.
Yep. Okay. One more meaty fish for this day, and I'm satisfied.
Gone. Nice. Oh, nice. It's better fish.
Yep.
Everybody's on
Nice,
the run.
nice one.
It's hard to tell where they're coming from.
Good, good,
Yeah, it's good. It's over 90.
Yeah.
Yes. Fuck, that's nice. Nice pike.
Yeah.
Right, it's a long fish. It's good.
Good, good, good.
Nice take. You spot lock? Spot lock the boat. Okay. I spot lock.
I put the turtle down.
Nice. Nice pike. Look how he won that one. Swallow it. That's a good feeling now. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, it's
Everything
fixed.
is good?
Yeah.
Okay. Pull it back. Nice. Cool. Whew. Nice fish. Not a monster, but it's a good sized fish.
Good.
Yeah, today so far we struggle in the morning. In the afternoon we find some really nice spots, completely outside. And the Pikes 23 did the job today really good. I put 7 grams on the head with a small tungsten lead and slow retrieve up to the rock in 2.5 meters, and boom, couple of fish, 107, sorry, 90, 95, and another one a little bit smaller. So it's good. We are a little bit confident for tomorrow. Of course, we have a lot to do. We need four big fish tomorrow. So tomorrow is the last day. So hopefully we meet them tomorrow. But we have a plan, so it's going to be cool. Good one?
Ah, it's a small one, I think.
You never know.
No, it's could be.
Good one. They are quite strong here, so.
No, it's, I don't know. Yeah, it's
it's
a better fish.
good, my friend.
It's a really nice fish.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's a. Oh man, look,
It's a meaty fish.
look the color of that pike. Look, it's over meter. Look the color. It's unreal, beautiful. Oh man. One more.
One more.
Good job, my friend. Good,
Okay.
really good.
Only 2 more fish over meter, then I'm satisfied.
Yeah, but we'll get them. Super strike. Oh man,
It was a super strike.
super. Really good. It's a small
So
one.
nice.
It's a small one. Spotted bullet again.
Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
tell me your fucking long.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
shit.
long fish.
I need
It's a long one. I tell you, it's a long fish.
Is it
It's
meter?
more than 110.
Oh,
It's 113.
yeah.
More.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay. It's good.
that's good.
How long?
117.
Man, super.
Put it in the net. I need a picture.
Yeah,
put
of course.
it in the net.
We'll move. I have to remove the bait first.
Yeah. It's so. I'm so glad because you know we have this spot and we figured it out yesterday and we were thinking today we're going to get some big fish and yeah, we have just started fishing. Yeah, it's a super fish. Super fish. Look at the marks. On a spotted bullet. Pig shad, 23 centimeters on the edge. 117 centimeters. Very fat, quite heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, we put her back. Put her back. We take this side or this side.
Yeah, fish. Get the net. It's a nice one.
Yeah.
Stefan.
Yeah, soon. Bye.
Grab the net. You have.
Yeah, I get
It's
the net.
crazy. Could be a good one. It come easy, but you know yours was the same, so. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
it's big. It's big one. It's a nice fish. Ooh, it's a nice fish.
Yeah, it's what we want.
Come on. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, Jesus Christ! It's so strong fish. Look, don't lose the rod, my friend. Ooh. Ooh, oh yeah, ooh, it's.
Come on.
Yeah. Oh yes! Another one.
Man, we're on fire today. Oh man, what the fuck happened here? You see, just released 117 and we have another meta pike in the boat. The fight was crazy, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't want to give her any line, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
You have
done.
it? Look at that fish.
Woo! Oh man.
Ah,
That is coming. Oh, look.
117 again. 118.
Holy shit, balls. Okay, now we can do something now. Now we're on the game.
We
One more
are-
like this and we step up big
We
time.
are in the game.
It's madness. This is crazy. This is better than anything.
118, 119 maybe. Okay, we take it there. It's okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
How big?
119.
Okay, we put in the net and wait.
We take the other net because you have hooks here.
When we just released the 117 from Stefan, just for the release, I said, okay, I start casting. First cast, exactly same area, 119. So it's really big fish there. So if you're lucky, we can get maybe another one like this. And now we're on the game again. So it's exciting, really exciting. It's crazy. We don't expect that, you know, not two fish like this. We're looking for meter pike, but not two fish of a 115, like crazy. It's cool. Poof. So it's super fish. Look at the back of that one. And spotted bullet again. This is crazy bait. Crazy. Okay, we put it back. Oh, look at this. Oh. Oh. My life jacket. Look at this beast. Oh. Look at this, man. Wow. Yeah, ready to go soon. She gave a really good fight. She was super strong. Oh, it's crazy. Look, she's ready. That's it. Just make sure she's okay. Yeah, I think she's good. Yeah. Whoa. Bye bye. Wow, super cool. Yes, we're back on the game now. 4th position. One more fish and we can step up again. So let's do it. Okay, that's the final cast for Predator Tour 2018. It was crazy competition. We start from nothing to maybe the 5th place, so it was a crazy competition, lots of big fish, and we fight to the end. So I think we're pretty happy for what we did, really happy.
Good home.
Well, we have a live stream coming up from Team Hummingbird. I don't have any sound with them, but I think they are on the fish, so we will go back and hopefully we will get some connections with them, and well, maybe we can see what they are up to. We still don't have any sound. I think it's due to a bad connection. Well, maybe we can call in again with them, and hopefully they can restore the connection better. Okay, I will break down this this part of the live stream because it stopped already. And well, we go back to our movie. Well, sorry about the sound, and we continue with the movie again. So stay tuned, and hello everybody, Evert here. I'm the organizer of Predatortour Netherlands and Predatortour Sweden. I want to thank all the sponsors, partners and premium partners for the edition 2020. For the Netherlands, we start with 150 boats this year, but also Predator Sweden, same organization, also 150 boats. I'm so proud of all my sponsors, partners and premium partners, and I want to thank you all, guys. I'm happy to have you all on board, and let's make 2020 the best event ever. See you there, and be the best, catch the biggest. Well guys, back to the studio again. Well, as you can see, it's pretty low with the participants. Well, yeah, I'm sorry about that. We can do everything here, but we can't control the participants, so to say. It's still up to them, and we will do our best to get them in the show. But yeah, if they are not calling in, yeah, it's up to them. It's their show as well, and we try to do our best. Well, in the meantime, we broadcast from the previous years. We broadcast a fishing movie from Sweden, Sweden Predatortour. Well, recently I started up my own channel as well. I was also like a kind of pre-fishing into Sweden on Lake Vanern. And normally I do the broadcast only on my own YouTube channel, but since yeah, we need to fill this program with nice footage, I will bring in a movie of myself fishing on Lake Vanern, and Lake Vanern is the big tournament area of the Predator Tour Sweden, which will be held next year in September, because we can't fish there anymore in springtime. It's not allowed to do that anymore. But yeah, later on more about that. I was there fishing in Sweden, hunting for the big pikes. So I will bring in that movie with big fish, and hopefully you will enjoy it. And I hope we can interrupt the movie soon with some footage of the participants. Well, I will bring in the movie now, and I hope yeah, I see you soon, guys. Hello everybody, Evert here. We are in Sweden. We're gonna make a movie about pike fishing in Sweden. We are in one of the biggest lake, Vanern. Yeah, we're gonna show you all the techniques, how we fish here. We found out that the shallow bays are empty of pikes. We are in a period that is after spawning. So all the pikes moved out, it seems, and yeah, we have to go to the underwater islands, and that will be difficult because the weather forecast is windy, winds from the north, so it won't be easy this week, but that's the challenge. Easy fishing over here is no option. Because, yeah, like I said, the bays are empty. It's flat calm, but no pikes. So we have to go out in the open using navionics and find the hot spots. And yeah, we will see what it brings. We fished 2 days in the bays, in shallow bays. Of course we caught some pikes, but mainly small. We are here for the big ones. And today we're gonna go outside and hopefully for some big pikes. When you fish open waters, safety first, always wear life jackets or your earsuit. This is our bait for today. We choose today the giant Pikes. This is the 26 centimeters. It's rigged with the titanium BFT rig. Sharpen hooks. I always check them before I go out. If the points are not sharp, I put on new trebles. So this lure is ready to go. As you can see, I use the tungsten sinkers. Why I do that? You can add on more or less weight if necessary, because sometimes we fish on the slopes. That's for example 3-4 meters, but occasionally when you have to fish the drop-offs, you add some weight extra and you can fish much deeper. So this is the bait for today. Okay, here you see the map. Over there it's the open waters. We go to this small island. And these are the spots that we fish on. It's totally under the water, so you can't see any of the islands when you're on the water. But knowing and studying the map, here you can see where the spots are. The only thing what we do now is drive up to there, anchor the boat in here, and you can cast in left and right direction. Hello guys.
Morning.
Morning.
Maybe you got a pike.
What's that?
What's that?
Not a pike.
Not funny.
No, but it's a nice fish, nice asp.
Really cool.
Yes.
Julia, can you turn your camera a quarter, please?
What?
Your camera, can you turn your camera 1/4?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
ein Viertel.
Yes.
Danke.
Ah.
Besser. Really nice to see you. How's it going today?
Yes. So we hope we can find the other pikes and have
Yeah.
a full cut today.
You need more pike? How many pike do you need?
2 pikes.
Okay. So, and then your chart is full. Yeah.
Yes, right.
And
Now,
how do you like the way the Predator is being done at this moment? How is it for you?
what?
How is it for you to do the Predator like you do it right now? You're on your home waters.
Yeah, it's a different. The other one is more. I find that the Predator in the Netherlands is better
Yeah,
because all the people fish on the same water.
yeah, yeah. But this is an advantage as well. And if the Predator like this would be combined, live streams combined with the actual Predator on Hollandsdiep or whatever, how would you like that?
It's so. They don't understand you because it's
This,
not loud enough.
it's not loud enough, but I cannot yell. I will not yell.
Okay. So we.
We have to fish now.
Yeah, go fishing.
Bye.
Thank you for
Bye-bye.
this. Great footage. Thank you. Dank je dir. Julia and Sven Patzak. They had an asp. It doesn't count for the leaderboard and for the charts, but it's really nice to see people catching fish. They only need 2 more pike to fill in a complete list. I hope for them that will work out shortly. And as a message for all the other contestants, call in, check us, let us see what you're doing, where you're fishing, how the weather is, how you are. Okay, and thanks for this again.
Yes, or maybe even better send WhatsApp. Do you have
Okay.
WhatsApp? Yes, send a WhatsApp to our number and then we can send you the QR code. All good things will come to an end. Our fishing trip is over. We are heading back home. I want to thank Bernard, my fishing friend, for an amazing trip. You were a great sport. Thanks, buddy. Last but not least, I want to thank Andy from Assema, from Sport Fishing Dalsland. So happy that we were welcome at your destination. Thanks, buddy. I hope to see you soon. And for you all folks, remember, keep on hammering. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you guys soon for a new video. Well, welcome back to our studio again.
Yeah.
Well, we had one team coming in and there was no sound, but I think it's the problem with the phone. And we got also one team coming in, they caught an asp. Well, at least they are come into the show. We go to Wim now, and Wim will do the latest update about our leaderboard and so on. And he can show you where all the teams are on the leaderboard. So, Wim, they
I'll
are
take over.
for you.
Okay. Again, good morning. Well, some things changed today. First fish was being caught in 2 minutes this morning. We started at 8, 2 minutes past 8. Hans received the first fish. Not a big one, but it is on the leaderboard. We've put it on the screen now. Unchanged. The team from Latvia. Still doing well. But like I said yesterday, if a team, check this, if a team has his list full, you get an extra 1,000 points. What happened now is that the team of Tom Prust and Ruud Lodewijks also got their perch and have the list full, so they had their extra 1,000 points. The difference between 1 and 2 is now not that big. All they have to do is catch a, let's say, 90 centimeter pike, and Ruud and Tom are on top. The same applies for the 3, 4 and, well, let's say 3, 4. If they fill their list, they will get the extra 1,000 points, and the difference will be a bit less. Some people are quite constant in the leaderboard around the first 10, and as we have seen, I think a few hundred fish have been caught yesterday, so that's going really well. Some are not really lucky, and that starts here from place 41, 0, nil fish, and I know that can be frustrating, but on the other hand, that's what fishing is. Be inventive, try to catch your fish and send them in. Let's check the top catches. I don't think that has changed. No, that's similar to yesterday. A few minutes ago now, half an hour ago, we saw a video from the Predatortour in Sweden. Last year, a team catching a 117 and a 119 pike in 2 minutes after each other, which shows anything is possible. So teams, go ahead, change the leaderboard. I'll come back with the leaderboard as soon as there are really significant changes. Thanks again. Back to Evert.
Anchors have been around as long as man and fish have collided in skinny waters, doing battle in a test of will, skill, and perseverance. In the interest of winning that battle, man has come up with all sorts of ways to hold a boat in place to precisely target his prey. From stakeout stick to concrete-filled can, holding tight is the holy grail. So it's no wonder that eventually man made a mechanized device to accomplish what once took pounds of concrete and long, cumbersome sticks. Enter the shallow water anchor. Fast forward to 2017, because at Minn Kota, we just can't leave well enough alone. We just took the Talon to a whole new level, literally and figuratively. You'll see what we mean shortly, or longly, as the case may be. Anyway, here are 15 reasons why the new Talon from Minn Kota is indeed the ultimate shallow water anchor. Number 1, our electromechanical design makes Talon easy to rig, operate, maintain, and love. No mess, no fuss, no muss, and quicker, quieter deployment. Number 2, talons deploy vertically as in straight down, so fight that fish around the back of the boat. Stand your ground and know that we'll never get in the way of you and putting that fish right where it belongs, in your tender, loving hands. 3, rough water and soft bottom settings allow you to adapt your conditions like a chameleon. 4, the word talon alone evokes the image of a fish being effortlessly plucked from the water by a predatory bird, which makes you feel powerful, brave, and fierce. You're welcome. Ready for number 5? How about 5 ways to control your unit? Foot switch, wireless remote, our smartphone app, directly from your Hummingbird unit, or right on the Talon control panel. 6, the sleek new design is more aerodynamic and, dare we say, sexy. 7, everywhere you go, you will be the object of much discussion and deliberation among fellow boaters and gas station customers until one of them gets up the gumption to ask, what are those things sticking up off the back of your boat? Number 8, do you have an 8-foot garage door like 67.4% of American families? Well, Talon's unique telescoping design gives you a 94% increased chance of fitting a 12-foot Talon in your garage without tilting. Speaking of tilting, our optional tilt brackets allow you to easily and quickly tilt your Talon into your boats, getting them out of the way for storage or even passing under bridges or spelunking into caves. That's number 9 for those keeping score at home. Boom. Number 10, lights. Yes, work lights make the back of your boat more than a co-angler's quarters. It's a nocturnal workshop, a rigging wonderland, a literal beacon of light in the pre-dawn darkness. 11, solo boat launches are a piece of cake. Just unhook your boat, back it in, press the button, Talon down, and park your rig. 12, as in 12 feet deep. We also have an 8-foot and 10-foot version, but wait, there's more. 13 is an unlucky number, and we're fishermen after all, so we're skipping 13 and leaving the bananas at the dock. 14, we're almost there, and before we get to one last really big thing, how about some little things, like a standard LED depth indicator, built-in wave absorption, and a deployment notification system that will keep you from taking off with talons down. Finally, number 15. How about 15 feet? Yes, the new Talon has a version that plunges to unheard of depths, a full 50% further than the competition's deepest model. We are unlocking more lake and allowing you to Talon down in more places and
Okay, that was Dani coming in. They are changing spots, they said. Well, we go back to the movie again. Well, thanks Dani for your short update. And okay guys, back to the Hummingbird Minn Kota movies.
Before. Whew. Well, there it is. 15 reasons. To get even deeper, just go to minnkotamotors.com.
If you take a look around right now, you can see that it's mid-late fall, water temp is 55 degrees. We're coming up on that period where we're going to transition from open water to ice, but this is actually one of the best times of the year to take to the water if you like ice fishing. And the reason why is I can scan water a lot quicker out of my boat with a good set of electronics than I can on the ice. And the beauty is, via a micro SD, I can transfer information from this unit to this unit. So the LCD gives me all the functionality I basically have in the boat on ice. By using AutoChart Live, I'm gonna go build my own 1-foot contour interval map, and then I'm gonna be able to take that and enhance what is already a pretty darn decent base map. What that does is when I'm going out first ice, I know exactly where those fish are grouped up, and I can get on them a lot quicker than I can by searching on top of the ice. So if you take a look at my map here, you'll see this point extension sticking out, but it's real general. I know there's a lot more detail there, and typically I'll get a bunch of fish first ice there, and I've always wondered why. So I'm gonna go ahead and map that in a high resolution 1-foot contour interval. Again, we're on a small little lake. There's thousands of them in the state that I'm from. And the survey crews don't go to every single one. So I call these sleeper lakes. And the beauty of AutoChart Live is you can come in and quickly map a lake that may not have any map data, or in the case of this lake, is not a highly...
Good morning! Good morning again! Okay, and back they are.
Live action.
Yes. Okay, we go back to the movie. Well, thanks for the update, Dani, and hope to see you soon. Maybe catching some fish.
Map in high resolution, and the process is super simple with AutoChart Live. On this Solix unit, I'm just changing my active panes by touching. I have chart selected. I'm going to go ahead and hit chart up here, and then I'm going to select AutoChart Live. I'm going to turn this on to record. I want to display AutoChart Live, so I'm going to hit that checkbox. I have my hardness layer already selected there. Bottom hardness is checked, and I'm going to go into hardness options, and I want to make sure the color is what I want. Okay, it's set to number 1, good enough. And now we're going to simply mow the lawn, which is nothing other than just drawing transects across this structure at a nice modest speed. 5 miles an hour is a good starting point. And there you go, my map is starting to generate. I'm in a soft bottom area right now, and that color is portrayed as that light orange. So right here I can see I have bottom hugging fish over the soft basin area. And these are the fish I'm going to be targeting first ice, just off that existing point. So we're going to go ahead and drop a waypoint on those fish. And that's as simple as touching the screen with the Solix and dropping a waypoint. Look at the rocks there. Part of the reason this spot is...
Sorry. My face again. We've got a major change now in the leaderboard. I explained earlier, when you fill the complete list, when the teams fill their list with Perch, Zander and Pike, they'll have their 1,000 extra points, which means they are qualifiers now. The team here in Latvia, Martins Balodis and Christian Godins, are still on top, 1,608 points. But what has changed? 1,561 points for Tom Prust and Ruud Lodewijks. And now a new number 3 with 1,000 extra points, Johannes Jacobson and Martin Meijer. And they are in Estonia. It would be really nice if we can get in touch with them to have them tell how they are doing over there and what they expect more. The birds they caught are not huge, all around 28 centimeters, but that doesn't matter if you fill your list. It adds up for your points. It adds up to be a qualifier. When changes come, we'll break in again in the movies. Enjoy!
Down imaging shows me several fish there as we're coming onto this rock pile. Look at that transition zone from hard to soft. The fish are stacked up there. We got big boulders from fist-sized all the way to great big boulders. And just as importantly is we have mud and a lot of aquatic invertebrates. The base of the food chain that panfish like crappie and bluegill and perch feed on often live in those transition zones, those transitions between hard and soft bottom areas. I got a nice spacing from that first waypoint, so you want to be able to see your previous tracks. On side imaging, I have some fish right there, which I'm seeing on 2D there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're pretty close to that transition zone between hard and soft. And what I'm seeing here is just to my right is the rock pile, and off to my left there is no rock pile. So I'm on the end of the hard spot. That's important to know. And look at that. Those are the fish I'm going to be targeting first ice right there. You can see them on DI and actually get a head count on the number of individuals down there. I'm cranking up the sensitivity. There's several fish, I'd say at least a dozen, so I'm going to go ahead, drop a waypoint on those fish. I'm going to go back and target those fish first ice, and we're going to catch them, and we're going to have this map with us, and we'll do a waypoint transfer as well. But in general, having the custom map and waypoints and being able to associate the two gives me a really great starting point first ice. The beauty of AutoChart Live with the Zero Lines card is it holds basically an infinite amount of sonar log data.
Okay.
So I can keep building upon this for years, and it's additive. So on each follow-on trip, I can hit record and just keep building on the maps. I don't have to do it all in one shot. I have the flexibility to map when I want, or maybe the bite gets really slow and I want to do some custom mapping and have lunch. AutoChart Live gives you that option. my contours are getting tighter. That indicates we're coming up on that drop off. You can see the lines there, pretty general. And now look at Auto Chart Live. I got a lot tighter contour lines. Those are denoting a 1 foot change, a lot more detailed than what was existing. And we had just went over a school of fish, so I'm gonna go back into my 4-panel split. I'm gonna go ahead and drag this back. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a finger on it, and we're gonna go ahead and mark a waypoint. Just another area for me to take a look at first ice. And on those hardest spots, it's giving me this pink color, and I can change that in the color palette, but that's showing me the hardest, most prominent parts of the structure. The beauty of this Auto Chart Live functionality with Humminbird is that this is private information. This is yours, and you can share it with your buddies if you so choose. I've invested my own time. I want to have this for me. This is the edge I'm giving myself when I come out on the ice. And this isn't hard. I mean, I'm not a professional surveyor. I'm just driving around. But because it's additive, it's refining and getting more accurate the more I drive in this area. But that's a really interesting thing to note here on the map. I'm going to zoom in and show you the steepness of that drop off. And look at that. We're going to come into this really hard patch right here and take a look at down imaging. Here's my 2D sonar. Look at that. This information doesn't lie. It's extremely accurate, and it will help you catch more fish or figure out why there's fish where you are catching them. So literally 20 minutes of driving on each spot. We got 2 beautiful custom maps. I'm able to take what I figure out here to other parts of the lake. Okay, fish are on hard, soft bottom transitions. Look at, we're coming into hard, it's soft, soft, soft. Look at this pink line when I hit it. Okay, we've hit pink, look at that, boom. We're in good rock. I mean, that's nuts on. Very generalized map, I'll zoom in on there. You can see all the lines we've driven over the top. Look how general that is. Look how detailed that is. Plus I get that hardness information. That's extremely valuable. That's gonna help you catch more fish, guaranteed. There we go. Really light finesse bite. And that's what finding your own stuff's all about, man. Figured I'd take advantage of what we just found. And there she is. Nice big bluegill.
It's the middle of summer and it's interesting because these fish can be anywhere. It's, you know, a lot of it can be determined by watercolor. People think they drive deep in the summer, but man, you get green color, algae bloom or anything can push them up to its available light, and you just really, especially this time of year, you have to let them tell you what to do. You know, we could start little deep and work up, or it could be the converse of that, but either way, like anything, you gotta let them tell you what to do because it can be game on this time of year. It's a great time of year to fish.
The Humminbird units, so we've got the Helix Gen 2, come with a feature called Auto Chart Live, which allows you to create your own lake maps. But in addition to creating contour lines on the lake so you know how deep it is, there are some overlay options, and a very useful one for Dan and I today, this lake isn't mapped so you can see I'm driving around, is the vegetation overlay. So if you take a look here, you'll see the green spots. Those are where it's those dense mats that we're flipping, and this is a really cool spot here because when I drove over it I noticed there's rocks in between. So we've got 2 weed beds with a deep rock saddle in between those. So what a really cool feature to have, to be able to identify where the weeds are and where they're not actually, because in a lot of cases where those weeds aren't, it makes a great edge, and often it's hard bottom, and this time of year the fish can be there. So if you've got a unit that does Auto Chart Live, it does more than just record depth contours. You can overlay vegetation and also the bottom hardness. There's one. Get in there, Dan. Oh, that is sweet. Man, that's sweet. Unbelievable. How powerful that is. It's amazing how you can pick up line so quickly with that stick, huh? This is what we're averaging this morning, pretty much. It's a good average, huh? I love those. Now we're starting to get into a little heavier cover. You can see over here we've got some dense mats, and what you see a lot of times in low light conditions, for example, if it was a gray overcast day, you'd find a lot of the fish on the edge. And right now as the sun starts to make its way up into the sky, you'll see the fish move from that edge and they'll start pushing into that thick cover when it's bright and sunny, and that's where we'll have to go in with the heavier weights and crack on them. But right now it's kind of right on that edge. So.
set it right there and stop.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a game changer. Literally, it's a game changer.
Holding us right in place. It's anchoring us right here without actually using an anchor.
You can get the boat positioned where you want it, hit that spot lock, stay right there, and fish it.
It'll hold us right here now. We can fish the rest of the day right here without having to fool with it.
I can pull out the remote out of my pocket or wherever it is, and I can hit the spot lock button from the back of the boat.
Even in this wind, we're not moving.
The boat just didn't move. It was like fishing off of a dock.
Do your culling, do all the stuff that you want to do, and come right back and you're still sitting in the same spot.
While we were on there schooling fish, I was able to hit the jog feature on the remote and was able to actually move over 5 foot to be able to stay on fish.
You hit a button and the boat holds where it's at.
Sit and fish and fish and fish and fish until I get tired of fishing and then move.
Spend more time fishing, more time casting.
Sit back down here, retie my line. That right there is a time saver.
I'd use spot lock every day.
Inches of ice isn't gonna drill itself! Move it, Gary! I know you can move faster than this! Move it! Move it! Water is for fish! Let's get on that Humminbird. 2D sonar, GPS, flasher, split screen, GPS, flasher. Another angler just started fishing next to you, and now you're getting interference from his flasher. Change that frequency. Dunk! Mid-generate 10 below. Are you gonna give up, or are you gonna get your limit on bluegills? Do it! He's getting ready for ice season. How about you? Let's go, boys. Time's up.
So definitely my most used tool on my boat is my Humminbird 360. Over the years, I've become more and more accustomed to using this all the time, no matter how shallow, how deep I'm fishing, because I feel like I'm a way more efficient angler, and it also builds a lot of confidence. It allows me to know that every time I make a cast, I'm making it in a fishy area, right? So what I like to do is just a quick rundown on my setup. Is first thing I do is I go and I change my color profile. Okay, so there's a couple ways you can do it. You can go up here. It's gonna come standard on number 2. Okay, and for me, this image is very blown out and it's hard to decipher what I'm looking at. So the first thing I do is actually go to the number 4 palette, which is the brown color. And that really helps to break things up. And then I'm also gonna go and I'm gonna lift my sensitivity, which is here, and my contrast, okay? So they're both gonna start on 10, but I like to bring it up somewhere between generally 13 to 15, depending on how hard or soft your bottom is, okay? And then I do the same with my contrast. I keep it about 12 to 15, 13 to 15 in that range, depending on what I'm looking for. And that's about it. I leave everything else the same, keep the sharpness off, and the only other thing that I will do is a lot of times when I'm fishing, I will hit zoom in one time and I'll put my range up to about 119, 120 foot so that when I'm casting, it's right on the edge of my screen, right? That's about as far as I can cast. And you can see here, we're sitting still. 360 works best sitting still. I can see this little grass point that comes out here. We're getting a hard return here because the grass is really thick, and the shadow that you're seeing behind it is actually the shadow from the other side of the grass. And then you're not seeing a whole lot out here because there's nothing out there. Right, so this is just kind of a flat, nothing bank coming out. But you see this one little hard spot here, that's a little tiny stump barely sitting up off the surface. And the cool thing is I can press and hold. I can hit go to with my Ultrex. I tapped the wrong button actually. But press, hold, hit waypoint, and all of a sudden I've got a waypoint exactly right there, and it's gonna pop up on all my units. So definitely the most efficient way for me to find and locate and pattern bass on the water is my Humminbird 360. One thing to keep in mind is that straight forward of the boat is going to be straightforward on your graph, right? So what is straight in front of me is here. And a lot of times, if you've seen any of the videos of me fishing tournaments, you'll see me actually line my rod up on my graph because I'm giving myself a reference point, right? So we're, say, 30 degrees off to the right is that waypoint that I had just marked on that little stump. And I can lay my rod off my graph and know that that's the angle that I need to make my cast at. And I also know that this first ring is 30 feet, 60 feet, and then 90 feet. So I know it's about 62 or 63 feet off at that angle that I need to make my cast. 30, 60, 90. So a lot of times for me, the biggest thing when I'm fishing tournaments is trying to pattern those fish and really dialing into what is underneath the water, right? These are my underwater eyeballs. I can look out there, I can see out in front of me, right? I can actually see where I'm going and see the types of cover that are out there. And it really helps me dial into those little subtle changes in either a creek channel, in maybe a brush pile or a rock vein that I'm fishing. I can see all those little subtle differences where those fish like to hang out and where they're gonna position. And so it just makes me a lot more efficient, and it makes me a lot more confident that I know when I'm making my cast that there's actually something there that I believe a fish is holding next to. And there's actually times that I'll see the fish on my 360 sitting around those types of cover. And that's really important for me. The other cool thing is that a lot of times when you're just fishing down the bank, you know, you're fishing at a slow pace and you're fishing down, I will see things out to the side or out in front of me that are under the water off the bank.
Hello, who's this? And he's gone.
Back to the darkness.
That other anglers are missing. And if you don't have 360, you would never know they were there. And a lot of those pieces of cover that I've seen have actually ended up becoming in tournaments some of my go-to spots and places that I catch a lot of my bigger fish off of. So if you are looking to up your electronics game, right? Maybe you don't like to mess around with electronics, but if you are somebody that likes to use electronics and wants to up your game in that category, definitely need to check out the Humminbird 360. No doubt in my mind, it makes you a better angler out on the water.
Hey guys, Justin Lucas, 2018 Bassmaster Angler of the Year, and I'm gonna share with you guys exactly how I used my Humminbird Solixes this year to help me win that title. So number one, my eyes on this big 15 are always dialed into LakeMaster. LakeMaster HD, an HD map is unbelievably accurate with what it draws, you know, out in front of me. So I know when I approach something that it's gonna be really close to what it looks like on this map in front of me. And we see a good spot right here. We just got off pad about 300 feet back from it because number one, I don't want to spook the fish when I come up. I want to idle, I want a nice clean idle, not just run right on top of them. And I've got the range ring set up. So every range ring is 100 feet. I know that when I've got 4 set up. So I know that when that outer ring gets to the spot, I'm within 400 feet, it's time to shut off pad and start idling. And so I see a nice little point here, but there's another little really subtle indention here. And a lot of times this is what I was looking for, is something really subtle that would just make a nice hard spot that these fish were using that other maps wouldn't show. So once I find that on the map and I know that I'm getting lined up and I'm accurate, we're going across it right now, then my eyes turn to the side unit. And this is a Solix 12 over here. I've got a split up and down screen with mega imaging, down image, and side image. And then I almost take my eyes off the map completely. I'm looking over here, looking for every little detail, really trying to understand every little thing that's going on here. These are my eyes under the water. Without this, I don't know how to set up properly on something. So we're gonna idle around, we're gonna find a good spot to mark, and then we'll show you guys how we get set up. All right, so the first thing that I do when I get to a lake for practice is I go to the chart. This is really, really important. Number one is I actually look on my phone online and get the lake level wherever I'm at. So if I know that the lake is up or down a couple feet, that's really important. Right here, the lake we're on, I looked, it's at 0 feet water level, so we're just gonna leave it right there. I could change it to, you know, higher, being a little flooded, or if the lake was drawn down, I can change it down as well, and the lines are gonna adjust on the graph. The second thing is go into the Humminbird settings. You know, based on time of year, wherever I'm at, I have a general idea within 20 feet what depth the fish are gonna be in or what depth I wanna concentrate in. And so I've got this set depth highlight at 16 feet and then the range at 6 feet. So that means it's gonna go out to 22 feet and down to 10 feet, and it's gonna draw this beautiful green strip. That's all 10 to 22 feet right there. It's unbelievably accurate. I rely on this green strip as much as anything else in my boat, you know, and if I need to adjust it throughout the day, it's really easy. If I'm not finding fish in the depths that I've highlighted, then I change it. But that is definitely the first thing I do when I get to a new lake before anything else. And then as I start to idle around, go over here on the side button, and I like touchscreen. It's just really easy. That's why I choose Solix. Guys love Helix, and I had them and they're great. I just really love touchscreen. I'll show you why on that in a second too. But as I'm idling around, just first thing in the morning, you know, if I know it's gonna be a deep tournament, I'm gonna get out here and kind of mess with the contrast and sensitivity until I get the color that's drawn perfectly for this lake. I feel like every lake is different, you know, based on what's in the water, water clarity, all kinds of different things I feel like factor into it. And I noticed that adjusting the contrast and sensitivity, playing with it just a little bit until I get it real clear on the graph, that makes a big difference. Not the same contrast and sensitivity works on every lake. The other thing I like to do is run the chart speed up a little bit. I just feel like this helps draw a clearer picture for me. So it comes standard at chart speed 5. I bump it up to 7 just to get a little more speed out of it. But that's the start, you know, of now we're ready to go find the spots and find the fish. All right, so we just idled over this point, but what I'm really looking at is this tall piece of standing timber over here, a couple little maybe brush piles right in here, and then a nice big boulder rock right there. So there's a lot of things going on in this little area. And then what I'll do is hit it. This is why I love touchscreen. Instead of scrolling over, I can just hit it. I might zoom in to get a little bit better picture of it. And then I'm just gonna double tap mark. Waypoint 1580. And now this waypoint, you know, because my graphs are linked up together, it's gonna show on all 4 of my graphs if I want it. You can see it just popped up right here, 1580. So now we're gonna take into consideration the wind. It's blowing this way. We're gonna come downwind, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I get set up on a piece of structure like this. This is where 360 comes into play. This is where, you know, of course my map still, but 2D and 360 are really gonna come into play on a spot like this. All right guys, now that we have our waypoint set, you can see here 1580. This is where, again, range rings are gonna come into play, and this is where 360 really comes into play for me. I've got my range ring set at 100 feet. You can see that the waypoint is within 100 feet. I also have range rings on my 360, and it's set at 100 feet. And so right now, you can see this waypoint's about halfway between my boat icon and the end of this 100 feet. So it should be within 50 feet what we marked, right? Looking right here, here's that same piece of tall standing timber that we saw, another one right there, and there's that one piece of that one rock. And I know now that's a dead on cast right there to what we marked. And you can see my boat pointed right at it. There's a piece of standing timber, the rock right next to it, a little bit more of that standing timber, and another laid down log right there. And this is where I set up shop with a spot lock, and then I can continue to make repeated casts to the exact spot. And this is why it's such a critical player for me, especially on lakes that I'm not familiar with, and why for me this is one of the most important tools, because a guy that lives here can go, okay, I know if I cast at that bridge piling, you know, lined up with this house, that's the cast. I don't know that. It is really hard for a guy to learn that in 2.5 days of practice. So this tool helps break that down so much easier and is a huge difference maker. I don't have to get right on top of them. I sit back, make my cast to them. I know I'm within 100 feet of them. That's a 33-yard cast. And you can see here, there's a fish. Here's a nice brush pile we're on top of. I mean, we marked some nice looking stuff down there. Hey, if you guys want to up your deep water game, you know, this is exactly how I've got it set up. You guys got the detailed information today. And check out Solix or Helix. They're both going to help you become a deep water master.
What lies beneath can no longer hide. New Mega Imaging Plus uses high-frequency sonar to show you fish and structure up to 200 feet below your boat and 200 feet out to either side. No more secrets, no more guesswork. Just a clearer picture of the world below, down to a fish's species and direction. Because more detail means more of this. Only from Humminbird.
If you're a sportsman living in the ice belt, you might find value in having an all-seasons fish finder. Humminbird came up with the solution with their Helix G2N unit. This is the all-season model, and what that means is you get the Helix G2N ice pack, but it comes with a high-speed trip transducer that you can mount on your boat. The nice thing about that is you can take your waypoints with you. You can do auto chart live with the Humminbird Helix unit, and you can take those waypoints and that map anywhere you go, all in one unit, just by simply switching the power cord and the transducer cable. So here at Wired to Fish, we fish out of a multitude of boats. We've got our highly transferable boats, we've got kayaks, and we've got canoes. And a great accessory that can come with this is a suction cup transducer holder. Just slap it on the back of any old boat. You don't need any screws or anything, adapters like that. You don't need to drill holes in your boat. Like I said, slap the suction cup transducer on the back of any boat, kayak, or canoe, and that makes it a universal unit. And one thing that's incredibly invaluable is having this be available on your boat, especially in the fall time like we are right now, where we can go out and scout basins or scout spots and find panfish and lay down waypoints and make maps, and all that will be available when you go to fish during the early ice season and all season long. Within the all-season pack, you get 2 transducers. One for the ice unit and one that you can put on any open water vessel such as this boat. So you get the soft pack for ice fishing, you get the gimbal bracket that you can mount in your boat, and it comes with 2 transducers, one that you can use on hard water on the ice and one that you can use in open water. And what's nice about this is that it comes with 2 power cables, one for your ice unit and one for the power source in your boat. And as an added bonus, you can take this pack anywhere you go because it has self-contained power with a 9 amp hour battery. So simply put, all I have to do is take the head unit off, put it in my ice pack, reconnect the transducer and the power, and I've got all my mapping, waypoints, and the technology available from Humminbird Helix G2N 365 days a year.
I'm on one of those lakes today that's dotted all over the Midwest. I mean, you can find lakes like this about anywhere, and there's a lot of weeds in it, but along with the weeds, we got great pike fish, and we got walleyes in here, we got crappies, we got bluegills, you name it, they're here, because the weed growth gives them everything they need. It gives them some cover, it gives them areas to eat, gives them oxygen. I mean, really the weeds are what make this system work. But it gets a little bit hard sometimes to catch fish in these systems because deciphering where you want to fish can be tricky. What I'm trying to do today is fish right over the top of the weeds. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for depths where the weeds might come up halfway up the water column. Now, if you look at a 2D sonar, and this is really cool because on this Humminbird Helix, I'm able to actually show you a split screen that shows you everything. If you look at a 2D sonar right here, what you see is it looks like it's just cluttered. You might even mistake some of this for fish. It's really hard to read what it is. And this is what's so great about down imaging. If you look down here and you look at my down imaging, you can see that I'm actually drawing every single stem. I'm seeing every single weed as it comes up off the bottom. And because it draws you that picture, you can see exactly what you want to know. I know that I've got 5 to 7 feet below the surface of clean water that I can fish. I can see how thick the weeds may be, how thin they may be. I can see if they're laying down or sticking up, which is going to make a difference as the year wears on and some of these weeds start to die off. You're going to want to try to find those weeds that are alive and sticking up. So all said and done, when you're fishing in weeds, one of the greatest tools I have, and you should be using it, is your down imaging unit, because you can see everything about that weed bed. And here's what's really cool. There's times you can actually see fish in those weeds too. There's no way you're going to be able to do that with your 2D, but you're going to see them with that down imaging unit. When you put it side by side like this, when you pull up this split screen and look at it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I mean, you just won't go without this again. Down imaging is really the way to go when you're fishing in the weeds. I'm going to get a line in the water because I'll tell you what, I do believe there's going to be a pile of fish here.
Well, ice fishing season is here now, and I pulled the Zero Lines card that we recorded the auto chart live data to, and here's the same ice pack we had on open water. You can see here's the map that comes stock for this particular lake. It hasn't been mapped in high definition yet, which is why we did our auto chart live mapping, so we could have 1 foot contour intervals, basically a more accurate map when we went ice fishing. Plus, with the composition information, we'll have hardness data too, which can be pretty valuable. So I'm gonna slide this little micro SD card in here, and then you're gonna see this map populate. I get a prompt there asking, do I wanna switch to the Zero Lines card? And the answer to that is yes. And there we go. The spot that I'm most interested in is this structure over here. So we're gonna go drop the snowmobile off, go out there, drive that structure, and start looking for some panfish. So we're on the spot we want to fish, and you can see I have the Helix 5 with a base map on it. Again, lacks detail. It still shows me the general location of this bar that sticks out into the lake. And then I have my auto chart live data, and this is with a 1 foot contour interval. So the first step that I do when I get to a new spot is no different than with my boat. I start driving contours. So I'm gonna treat the snowmobile as my boat, and right now I have depth highlight selected. I have the depth highlight option available on this Helix ice pack as well, and I have 20 to 22 feet highlighted. No different than my boat. I'm just gonna drive it.
Good morning, Björn.
Good morning, Evert.
I interrupt the movie. Since you coming in the broadcast, yesterday we have some partners, sponsors, and people who are related to the Predator Tour in our studio. Well, due to the coronavirus, that's not possible for you, but I'm really happy to have you in our broadcast. For the people who don't know you, please introduce yourself, and can you tell the people, what your relation is with the Predator Tour?
Yeah, sure. Good morning, Evert. My name is Björn Schütz. I'm director of Sportvisserij Zuidwest Nederland, a regional angling sports and angling advocacy organization with about 200 angling clubs in the southwest of the Netherlands, obviously, and with about close to 200,000 anglers associated there too. Well, and you and I, we go a short while already, don't you? The thing is that when you organize a tournament in the Netherlands, one should have a license from the lessee of the waters, which is us, and therefore we are happy to facilitate and happy to make this great tournament possible. That unfortunately cannot be held live, but I think you found a very creative and ingenious way of having a tournament in an alternative fashion.
Yeah, speaking about the alternative version, what's your ideas and thoughts about that one?
Well, so close by, but never thought of. That was the first thought I had when you gave me a call that the live tournament due to COVID-19 was not possible to be held this year. Well, I applaud you for finding this way still being connected, still having this great tournament in a different fashion. So I think it's very creative and positive that due to the restrictions that unfortunately face us all, that tournaments like this can be held anyway.
Yeah, do you think that there is a possibility that this can be the future of like doing events like this, or of course it's looking into the future and nobody knows, but do you think there is a possibility that this is really the future, or can we go back to the normal situation next year? What do you think?
Well, I hope that we can go back in the old fashion, because I think having angling tournaments and participating in angling tournaments, people would like to meet. They would like to see each other. They have the little chit chat, a little bit of the bragging, but also in the acknowledgement of being first and being applauded for that. Just being part of a group, I think, and I hope that it always remains important and will remain the standard. However, having said that, even that COVID, I hope one day may be over or be controlled in a certain way. It very might well be that this, for the good reasons, is an alternative to keep on the shelf, as it is an easy way without traveling too much, and therefore it can be an alternative to stay, I think. But I really hope, as angling is also a social sport, that we would be able to go back, but I cannot look into the future. I'm not a doctor, so
nobody can, unfortunately. Yeah. Do you think this kind of sport fishing events like we do it now, and I think it's pretty unique for the European way, is this going to be the standard for doing events like this also with an online? Or do you think, it's better to go if the situation allows us to go back to the normal situation?
Well, being online and streaming and bringing people home close by really adds up to a tournament. So with your tournament, but also with other tournaments, there's a big IT fingerprint to events already. Yes, however, just like I said before, sports and practicing your hobby also has a social element to it, and you gotta feel, you gotta see each other, you have to meet. That we are social animals, we are people. So I would prefer live, but live with a streaming service to it. I think that would only add up, and that can be complementary to each other.
Yes. What are your ideas and thoughts about the fishing in general? Well, as maybe the people don't know it, but you are also the host of two other really big competitions like World Predator Classic and the Lure Masters. How do you see it? What will be the future of sport fishing? Is it as in retail, it's upcoming because a lot of people will fish. But what do you think about events like this?
Well, I think that events like this have a bright future. Whether it will be as big as it is in the US currently, probably not very soon. However, we can learn from them. We can improve our tournaments. We see that particularly in the COVID-19 period, a lot of people go out and start fishing or start fishing again. We see the numbers of members growing explosively. So is there a potential? Absolutely. And whether you're small, young, old, there's always a need to have examples. And well, the people in your tournaments and in the Predator, in the WPC and in the other tournaments, well, they are the examples. They are the real advocates of our sports. Not many people know that angling is the second biggest sport after football in the Netherlands. And that says something. So there's a great potential. There's still a long way to go to make it as big as it is in the States. But in the short period that I'm in angling, now only for 3.5 years, I've seen tournaments growing already. So the future is bright. And I think that also the cooperation and the communication between the respective tournaments is increasing and enhancing. And therefore, we can learn from each other. We can support each other. I see participants like yourself participating in other tournaments. So that gives us good communication, open lines, and yeah, we are happy to facilitate. We are advocacy partners for all type of angling sports, which also means this type, the big tournaments with big boats, and yeah, particularly the predator events. It's also for people that don't know angling and see it for the first time. Yeah, they see it as a spectacular event. I think that's important.
Yeah. Well, of course, like you said, well, a lot of people sometimes think, yeah, you go out to the water and just fish. Well, there is much more than that, because yeah, we need permits from you guys, also from the sport fishing agency, but also from the nature people and Rijkswaterstaat. Well, talking about Rijkswaterstaat and the nature people, you're also the front man. I think I can mention that from the Green Deal. We also have integrated the lead-free fishing in our tournament. Can you explain the people why it's so important that big competitions, like maybe the professional fishermen, give a good example, which I believe in too, as fish in like lead-free and environment, good stuff like that. Can you just in your own words tell the people why that's so important for our fishing sport?
Yeah, sure. In the Netherlands, but also in other countries, I presume, there is more awareness as to how we have impact on nature with the bigger portfolios that are on the table in Brussels and in other governmental agencies. Also, angling is part thereof. The thing is, we don't practice our hobby and sports in a stadium, for instance, or in a confined area. We do what we do in public space. So that means that people in the public space, not necessarily anglers, have opinions about us. Well, old-style fishing with lead, it's something that particularly old anglers, old of age that is, they've always done it like that. People in shooting sports, they had bullets also with lead heads. The thing is that lead is a poisonous material. And the fact that we are used to it for so long doesn't mean that it has to stay. The thing is that when you depend on a public space, you have to make certain that you are acceptable to others, that you are responsible in your behavior. Actually, in your behavior as you are on the spot, so you don't treat fish the wrong way, but also in how you angle. If there are alternatives for lead, why don't consider them? Of course, the situation is that the lead materials are not equally available as the lead products, but at least as a sport, in order to remain socially acceptable and to deserve your place in the public space, you have to invest. You have to invest in new materials, but you also have to invest in relationships. And that is something that we try to advocate. So about 2 years ago, the Angling Federation Sportvisserij Nederland, so that's the national board, so to speak, entered into an agreement with several ministries, with water management bodies, to reduce lead use with 30% in the first 3 years, and to ban it over, well, a period of 10 years, which is, of course, a very long time. But when you would like to have a behavioral change, a change of behavior, to put it better, that takes time. We have to get used to it. We have to give the market time to prepare. Also, tournaments like this, you can't go from one day to another. Okay, we can't use it anymore, because participants need to have the alternatives, and the alternatives, well, you don't want them to be useless. It needs to be a competitive alternative, and that takes time. But we are succeeding. The reduction of lead diminishes rapidly, and therefore, I think we are good partners also for the nature parties that you refer to. We want to be responsible. I mean, in being responsible, we are allowed in their areas. They want to be our partners as well in nature preservation and developments and things. So lead-free angling is basically a key to a door that opens potential that is key for angling in the Netherlands, but certainly also in Europe, because this is not just a Dutch issue. It is soon to be a European dossier to be discussed in Brussels by the end of this year or early next year.
Okay, well, last question, Björn, and it's also due to the waters that you're having in your district. It's the Kier. Well, the Kier is an opening from our real ocean, the salt water. There was, in the beginning, when that project started, it was also comparing to the nature, so to say. People were afraid that there was too much salt water coming in and it will destroy the water, especially Haringvliet. Do you have some latest information for the viewers about that project, how it's running? Is it like you guys planned it and so on? Can you just tell a little bit about that project?
Yep. For about 30 years, angling societies, but also nature preservation organizations, discussed opening the Haringvliet Dam, which is part of the protection shield that the Netherlands has built in the southwestern delta following the flood of 1953. Killing a lot of people. So, for the right reasons, these dikes and dams were introduced. Maybe not always in the best interest of nature, as we saw it, but at least for the best intentions of making people safe. So after about 30 years, there has been a program which is opening the dam under certain conditions. It is not that the full span of the dam is opened. It's only a few of these locks that are opened, and that has officially taken place late 2019. And following that period, there is basically a experimentation phase started. Experimentation phase in which Rijkswaterstaat very precautiously is testing what the consequences is when these hatches are open and what happens when these are closed. Reality is that the dams are not open very often. It's only for the implementation period from now and then to see how fast the salt water is getting inland or is washed out again if there is a great amount of water coming from the European mountains into the Dutch rivers. So we can't say yet. It's too early. However, what we expect is that reality is that the salt water will not be permanently on the Haringvliet, as the pressure of the inland waters is stronger for 9 months out of the 12. So there's only the ability of salt waters to come in on the Haringvliet for a short period of 3 months. And if it's coming too fast, then they close it again, because also the drinking water inlets for the southwestern region is in the Haringvliet. And well, we cannot risk that the salt waters is getting past the inlands, because then they are damaged. and that will be very costly. So for them for these inlets to be replaced, so it will only be a very small change into the water lines from salt to sweet waters. The good thing is that with opening these hatches, fishes like salmon and trout or sturgeon, even if they are released again, have the ability to find their ways onto the rivers and to do the natural thing and then go back again. So there is the hard stop with the dam from time to time will be opened so that fish can migrate up the rivers or back to seas. It will have some consequence, obviously, but not too much. That is at least what we expect. But like I said, it's a little bit too early to tell.
No. Well, sometimes it can be really surprising with the fishing because, myself, I already caught 40 k's away from the dam a sea bass. And last week, the winner of the competition, the World Crank Cup, Henry Vis, he also caught a sea bass. So sometimes it can be really surprising on the freshwater channels.
Yeah.
And I think personally, you see it in Sweden as well, brackish water. I don't think it is a negative influence for our fishing waters. I think the opposite is even better, I guess.
Yeah, and the thing is, we for some reason, maybe for this reason, the saltwater impact on Zander and Pike for a tournament like yourself on the Haringvliet, has a little bit too much effect. We are a facilitating organization, so it is always possible to change the areas in which we can angle. So your tournament certainly will not suffer from that. We will find other ways where the chance of catching fish and to have a good competition is upheld.
Yeah. Well, Björn, I think I want to thank you for this interview. It was really clear for me, and I hope for the viewers as well. Is there a last thing you want to say to the participants or maybe sponsors or anything in general?
Well, keep up the good work and enjoy being out. It's a little bit different this year, but still, it is a competition. There is something to win, and there is nothing better than just go out and fishing in a competition like yourself. So I wish you all the best. Have a great tournament. I keep my fingers crossed for the weather. It will be a little bit chilly here in the Netherlands, and in the afternoon a little bit cold. So maybe other areas are a little bit in advantage, therefore. But enjoy it and see you soon.
Yes, well, we keep in touch, of course. We work for many years really close, so that isn't the problem. Well, Björn, thanks a lot for the interview, that you made some time to be in our live show. And, we keep in touch really soon. Thank you, and we keep in touch.
It was a pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Okay, that was interview with Björn Schutz from Sport Fishing Netherlands Southwest. He will give us the permits for our competition. We continue with the movie, and we will come back later on with more interviews from our partners and sponsors.
Highlighted green area right now adjacent to the steeper contours, so that will represent the base of the drop-off. And in the wintertime, you'll oftentimes have fish kind of set up in those basin areas, eating bloodworms and other invertebrates. So that's where we're going to start. That doesn't mean the fish are there, but at least it's a systematic start to the search. I have one thing here that AutoChart Live provides in addition to 1-foot contour interval accuracy, and that's bottom composition. And that can be really important to figuring out a pattern. The blue represents the real hard bottom spots on this particular spot. So the fish may not be there, but at least I know where those hard bottom areas are, so I can eliminate them, or maybe the fish are there. So it's just having bottom hardness is just one more piece of information to help me put the puzzle together. So I'm gonna go drive right now in the green. We're gonna film that from the air. My track is gonna serve as the path that I wanna drill around. So I'm gonna drill the snowmobile track
I'm going to drill some shallower, I'm going to drill some deeper, and that'll help me hone in on where those fish might be. At least I have a path to drill out versus just aimlessly drilling holes on this structure. So I started marking a pile of fish on this hole, and if you look at my track here in red, this is the last spot I drilled, and this is where I started to mark them. And you'll note that there's a contour change here. There's an extension, a real subtle point. You can see the contour lines are spread far apart. So this is kind of a basin area, but yet a little bit of structure. Big school of perch, probably a few bluegill mixed in. So I'm gonna drop down. Nice thing about the Helix ice unit, the G2N, is that I can have my sonar screen with mapping if I would like. I did drop a waypoint on this spot, so waypoint management's a pretty big deal. You find a productive hole, you can drop a waypoint and return to that spot. A few bottom hugging fish. Oop, look at, there we go. This one feels a little nicer. You'll get a mixed bag of these panfish running together in the winter, bluegill and crappie, and in this case, solid jumbo perch, because they use the same areas. Oftentimes it's pretty food driven, and we use mapping today to help us kind of figure out the lay of the land. We set up in a bit of a basin area off a subtle point and connected with our first quality fish. So pretty cool to feel that success. And not too far over there is the community hole on this spot. But through custom mapping and then strategically going and drilling out this area and hole hopping, we were able to find a spot for ourselves away from the pack, and that can mean the difference between connecting with some of these guys versus beating your dummy on a depleted spot or where the fish have been pretty heavily pressured. I get a little bite, I'll drop my rod tip, and if I see slack, that means the bait's in the fish's mouth. This one's fighting a little different. Pulling pretty good though. There we go, respectable bluegill. You get out here on a nice day, you can have a great time, catch a lot of fish, catch a lot of different species of fish. And the beauty is you can come back on, following years and have that information in your ice unit. You can have it on open water, but you can, catch these fish with a little bit better consistency, and mapping really changes that. I would argue if there's a time for high quality mapping, ice fishing in particular, is very powerful because you don't have as much mobility. So you really do need to be smart as to where you drill a hole and how you break down that water. An Auto Chart Live is just another tool in the toolkit.
Well, back to the studio again. Well, I think that was a really nice movie from our premium partner Hummingbirds and Minn Kota. Well, as you saw, we had an interview with the sport fishing agency, especially Southwest Netherlands, with Björn Schutz. Well, in that interview, we spoke about the Kier. The Kier is a big project into the Netherlands. I made a movie, and I will show you that movie. So that will give you much more information behind the scenes. We go really into the project, and that gives more information about the Kier and what's going on over there with the fresh and the salt water. So enjoy that movie. Hello everybody, Evert here, Predatortour. Today we are at Stellendam at Rijkswaterstaat, and we're gonna do a tour together with Rijkswaterstaat about the project the Kier. So let's go. Hello Koen.
Hey Evert.
Welcome to see you.
Yeah, welcome here at Haringvliet Amer.
Thank you. Can you please explain to viewers who you are and what we are going to do today?
Yeah, of course. My name is Koen Workel. I work as a stakeholder manager by Rijkswaterstaat at the project the Kier. And today I'm going to show you around the Kier.
Okay, nice. I'm looking forward. I'm excited. So let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, Koen, we are here in front of the map. Can you please explain me about the project, the Kier?
Yes, of course. What you see here are the Haringvliet sluices, and these are very important for the protection of our country against floods. Another function of the Haringvliet sluices is that it discharges water that comes from the Rhine and from the Meuse into the North Sea. However, there was also a disadvantage, and that's that there are fish that migrate between the sea and the river, and it's a barrier for them.
So it's in a way it's blocked.
Exactly. So to overcome that, we are going to open the sluices at a higher tide. So the water at the sea is higher than the Haringvliet. Then water flows into the Haringvliet and fish can swim along, so that they can continue the journey. For example, salmon all the way to Germany or France and Switzerland to the spawning grounds.
Yeah. I spoke to some participants of the Predatortour, and they said to me they are worried about the salt water coming in, that it is too much brackish water. They are even say, does the entire Haringvliet will be brackish? Can you explain me more about that situation?
Well, there is a hard barrier in here, because before we could open the Kier, we removed the water intakes for drinking water and agriculture, and they were removed over here. And we made an agreement with these parties that the brackish zone can only come until this here, between Middelharnis and het Spui. So that's the maximum. Where
so no further brackish water than this line, so to say.
Exactly. But that's the end stage. And now we are starting very carefully. We have still some insecurities about how all the salt is spreading. So we're doing a lot of research, and that's why we're starting very slowly, and firstly started with turning a zone very close to the dam with brackish. So the circumstances right now is that the brackish zone has not passed Haringvliet yet.
Okay, so for my information, this will be the end station in the maximum reach, but the current situation for like Predatortour coming this edition, 2019, will not be further than somewhere about Haringvliet.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, well that's interesting information, because you from Haringvliet to Middelharnis, you have some interesting spots. And those spots, for the people who are worried, so to say, about the brackish water coming in, this is the line for the coming edition 2019 Predatortour.
And we have several points in the Haringvliet. We have continuous monitoring of the salt in the water, and everybody can see these. Every 10 minutes you can see how salt the water is at different depths. So that's important information to look at before you go fishing in this zone.
Okay, Koen, we are here with the model of the sluice. Can you explain me how the sluice exactly works?
Yes, of course. And on this side we have the river side, the Haringvliet, and this side is from the sea, the North Sea. And the construction has two doors. One's on the river side and one on the sea side. And when we are opening the sluices for fish, we're going to open the door when the water at the sea is higher than the Haringvliet. So there comes an influx of seawater into the Haringvliet, and the fish can swim along.
So from the ocean side it comes into the fresh water side, so to say.
Yes, we have a control room and we can operate every door.
Can you operate it single? Or is it all at once open or separate?
No, we can control it, every door by every centimeter we would like to do.
Okay. Okay, cool. Sometimes I fish on the riverside on the Haringvliet, and sometimes when I'm at the sluice I see them open like this. Does it mean that there is water going out or water going in? Can you tell me if I see this, what's the situation then?
It can be both. It can either be water discharging to the North Sea, or sometimes we are opening it for the fish to come in.
Yeah. In my vision of this building, it was that when it's open, it's really open, but because there are two doors, so to say, so that's also controllable.
Yes, that's true. In some occasions this door is open, but this one is still closed.
So there is no water going in or out?
No, exactly.
Okay, clear. Okay, Koen, can you tell me where we are here?
We are now inside Haringvliet sluices in the engine room, and with these engines the doors can be opened and closed.
Looks impressive.
Yeah, it's very big. This is just of only one door.
Only one door.
Aaron, if you look at this, you see that the doors on the riverside are now open 7.8 meters. From the bottom. So the underside of the door and the bottom is 7.8 meters.
Yes.
And when we look at the seaside, you can see there's an opening of 45 centimeters.
45 centimeters. So that's, how we say it in Dutch, the kier.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
What we're now seeing right here is that the river water is discharged into the North Sea.
This is the present control room from the Haringvliet sluice. I operate the system. Here the stool where we let go the water from the big rivers, the Rhine, Maas and so on.
We were just in the control room and you saw the guy monitoring the computer screens, and they monitor over there the entire sluice with all the doors and so on. Behind me you see a big wall of computer systems, and in the old days they used that for only one door, so imagine how huge this project was in the early days. Can you tell me the benefits of opening the kier, so to say? What will be the positive things for us sport fishermen?
Yes, there are several benefits, of course. First is that it's for the beneficial of migrating species. So it will be a more diverse population of different types of species, and wouldn't it be great that someday you sportsmen could actually catch salmon again back into the Haringvliet?
Now, in my mind, I'm thinking the bait fish who will come in, like herring and all the small bait fish from the ocean. I fish a lot in brackish water in Sweden and brackish water in Germany, and I think the circumstances will be pretty much the same like in those waters. And the Pikes, but also Zanders and Perch, they don't mind at all. So my personal point of view of this entire project, it's going to be positive, and especially that you tell me also that it will be the project will be in steps and not open it and flushes down to maybe Hollandsdiep, so to say. Now what I just saw outside was that here was a big concentration of cormorants and seagulls diving off all the bait fish. What I understand from sportvisserij in Nederland, that in the old situation, so to say, a lot of fish was flushed out to the ocean and never can return back to the fresh water. In the new situation, I understand that because of the kier,
yes,
that they can swim back.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Actually, Sportvisser Nederland also conducted a research with Zanders. So they placed Zanders outside on the seaside, and they found that they would swim back through the fish passage in the sluices. But in the future, they can swim back through the Kier.
Okay, Koen, we told a lot of information. Is there also maybe a website where people can look back of all the things that we told now?
Yes, I think it's very important before you start fishing, check waterinfo.rbs.nl. You can find on several locations how salt the water actually is on different depths.
Okay. Well, I think for the Predator Tour we have a lot of information from you guys, so I will thank you very much for the warm welcome and all the information that you gave for me, but also for the participants of Predator Tour 2019. For the viewers, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, because we do all our streamings live from now on our YouTube channel. And remember guys, be the best, catch the biggest.
Back again with him, the big guy. It's a tough day, I think. I'm here to tell you a bit more about the leaderboard. If you have downloaded the Predator app in the stores, you can check the leaderboard constantly. The top 3 is unchanged. It's almost everybody's around 1600 points at the moment, and people got a hard time, I think. Pictures are being uploaded constantly, I know, because I see Hans and Brett working constantly and checking the sizes. What you might miss in the leaderboard is pictures of the fish being caught. And that's why I want to direct you to the Predator Tour Instagram account, @PredatorTour. On that account we upload pictures sent in by competitors, and which makes it all more visible what they are doing. So don't hesitate. Follow us on Instagram as well. On the Facebook site you can also check our Instagram account. Good news. After this we will start up a really cool video from land boats. You might know them. Most know them. And after that we'll have an interview with the big Sean Witt. And everybody knows him. By the way, Johan is joining. Johan!
Hey!
Good
morning!
Good morning!
Proost! Proost! The cart is full! We have filled up the cart!
Is it cold?
The little Muppet. But it's the best Muppet we ever caught!
You got the cart full! Great! Congratulations!
Yeah. Position 4 now! Yeah! Gung ho!
4! Congrats! Really cool! Is it cold?
Yeah. Position 4 and kicking ass now!
Oh, good.
Go. See you
Good
later.
to know. See you later! Johan Struer, Visgids Biesbos, has his cart full. He's happy and drinking Jägermeister. It's cold, I think. Like I said, after the Lund movie, which will take about 20 to 30 minutes, we'll have an interview with the big Sean Witt, former winner of the Predator Tour. Interesting guy. Listen to his podcast now and again. Really cool and interesting information. Talk later. Thanks.
Lund has a long history of building the finest fishing boats that money can buy. The emphasis has always been on fishability, providing anglers with all the tools they need to catch the diverse range of fish swimming in North Country lakes and rivers.
I think we're gonna have fun today, man. Wow.
Now Lund has focused those same skills on producing a high-performance boat that's really dedicated to the bass angler. The challenge was to incorporate a bass fishing configuration into Lund's time-tested big water hull design. The resulting offspring of northern ingenuity and down-home castability is built to catch bass wherever they swim. The 1875 Pro V Bass is a Pro V with a raised deck system for ease of casting accuracy. Look closer, however, there's ever so much more. Beneath the surface, you get 18 feet 9 inches of tough, durable aluminum hull construction that takes a beating and comes back for more. Lund's IPS-2 hull gets up and running in a flash, gliding across rough water with far swifter recovery than heavier fiberglass when you're cutting across long distance in big waves. Yet at rest, it's basically the same draft as a traditional bass boat, allowing you to fish the extreme shallows with ease. Beneath the carpeting, the 1875 Pro V Bass features complete aluminum decking, sidewalls, and structural supports provide superior strength. The Pro V Bass comes in a choice of 2 configurations depending on your preference. The bench seat option provides traditional 3-seat orientation with anglers sitting side by side. There's loads of additional storage under the triple wide seating, plus a unique pop-up storage system that holds 9 tackle trays beneath the deck until needed. Pedestal seating offers a large cockpit area with seating up to 4 anglers. Twin flip-up seats in the rear deck allow you to bring an extra buddy or 2 along for the ride. You get cockpit storage with handy drink holders, an integrated cooler storage, and convenient hiding place for your culling equipment. You're in control all the time, whether you're up on the front trolling motor or seated at the aerodynamic command console. At the helm, all of your gauges, switches, and electronics are close at hand. Up front, the bow command center does the same, with recessed areas for both your electronics and your foot pedal, alleviating the stress of balancing on one leg all day while running the trolling motor. Both models offer abundant storage compartments beneath your feet just about everywhere you look. Topside hatches features Lund's advanced water control system to keep your valuables and gear safe and dry, plus additional port storage for items you need to get at in a hurry. At the rear, the 28-gallon, 36-inch compartmented live well separates your catch from your fishing partners. Finally, every good angler needs plenty of rods to handle different tactics. Lund's 1875 Pro V Bass offers a tri-level rod storage for 15 rods up to 9 feet in length, able to store even the longest musky rods on the market. After all, when you build a big water boat with enhanced castability, you know that musky anglers are going to love this boat design. Lund's 1875 Pro V Bass, all the fish-catching features that made Lund's name famous in a profile tailor-made for bass heads anywhere.
Tony Roach, along with his son Robbie, went panfishing in Lund's 1600 Rebel, which was highlighted in an episode of Lund's The Ultimate Fishing Experience Show.
Uh-oh, I'm gonna be needing to know where that crappie spot's at. Good job.
Hey Dad, how much bluegills are you catching?
Well, son, I wanted to put you on the fish today. Today we're fishing out of the Lund Rebel 1600. This is a great little boat for hopping around these small lakes. You can get into just about any body of water. What I like about this boat is there's ample bow storage. There's a massive live well up front. It's got aerator, bilge pumps. This one happens to be a side console, but it also comes in a tiller model. What's great about it is it's got some really nice rod lockers on both sides of the boat, plenty of storage for all your tackle and gear. Compared to other small boats, you don't have to sit on bench seats. This has a really comfortable seating system, just like being in any other big Lund model. Here we go, buddy. There we go, Robbie. This one's a little better. Oh yeah, I can see the orange belly. Definitely getting bigger now, buddy. Look at that one. We're kind of having to weed through some smaller ones, but there are definitely some bigger gills in here. Let me get this one back in the water. I got to get back in there before Robbie gets in there. I'm trying to catch up here. You gonna let me catch up?
Okay.
Hi there, Jason for you with Lund Boats. I'm standing here in the 1400 Fury SS, and if you're looking for a boat that can get you
My name is David. I'm responsible for the marketing of Aber Garcia. Aber Garcia is one of the leading brands in fishing worldwide, and one of their main areas is tournaments. So when we had a look at which tournaments we're going to work with, the Predatortour was definitely our favorite candidate. And it's not just because we like the organization behind it and the people that work there, but also their ideas for the future are very much in line with our ideas. And this is the reason why we went for them. With Aber Garcia, we are the proud reel sponsor for the Predatortour. And one of the interesting items that we came up with this year for 2020 is a collaboration with Mike Iaconelli. And together with him, we created a series of reels, bait casting and spinning reels that are completely designed by him. Very proud to introduce this at the Predatortour next year.
This is a new Revo Beast from Aber Garcia. It has a unique body designed only for this new reel. It's bigger than a normal Revo but smaller than a Revo Toro. And it's designed for pike fishing and species similar like this. We have 14 kilograms of braking power with our new power stack braking system, 8 ball bearings, big EVA news, another handle that comes with this reel. And so it's perfect for fishing with big baits, jerk baits. So look for the new Revo Beast from Aber Garcia. This is a new Aber Garcia Revo MG Extreme spinning reel. If you like light and ultralight fishing for perch and trout, then this is your reel. It has 12 ball bearings, all salt shielded, so you can fish in the salt water. It's ultralight, it only weighs 160 grams. It has a super nice design. It's like a tuned MGX reel with cork knobs and red elements. You also get some EVA knobs with it and a shallow spool. So if you like perch fishing and trout fishing, then the new Aber Garcia Revo MG Extreme is your reel.
My name is Simon and I'm a brand manager at Berkeley. And this year we again sponsored the Predatortour because we think the Predatortour is a really cool event, a really striving forward competition in the European predator angling, and that really suits our vision of the fishing of the future. So this year from Berkeley we sponsor with lines again. So last year we sponsored our X9 line and this year it will be the X5 line. It's a new 5 carrier braid, super abrasion resistant, really good addition to our lineup. So all the participants will have a closer look to this line in the next Predatortour.
Oké, live from Watta. Bas met een mooie rivier, snoekbaars.
Zeker.
Kijk, keurig hoor.
Dat is een mooie voor op de kaart.
Dat dacht ik. We zijn begonnen op snoekvissen, was niet echt een succes.
Nee, hebben we onze plannen gewijzigd.
Ja, we hadden 2 bazen gevangen. We zijn de rivier opgegaan, snoekbaasjes tikken. Mooi kripvakje gevonden. Kijk eens even.
Een prachtige snoekbaas.
Mooie 60 plus snoekbaas.
Nou, we gaan er nog een paar vangen.
Lekker maat.
Later.
Ciao.
I'm Sean Ruge, Product Manager for Navionics, and we're on the water today to show you what we consider to be a unique breakthrough in boating navigation.
All auto routing existing today can find a route from A to B only if they are both in open water.
while good guidance and planning is most needed in narrow waters and channels, especially when there are many of them and you don't know which one to take. Our new dock-to-dock auto routing can find the route all the way from your reel start point to your reel end point, even through narrow passages and channels. With a new design, an entirely rebuilt algorithm, and a massive amount of newly sourced data, Navionics Auto Routing provides functionality even beyond what's commonly available in cars, and quickly creates detailed routes within your Navionics boating application for your iPhone or iPad. All you need to do is choose your destination with a tap, hit Boat To, and go. Auto routing calculates a detailed route based on chart data and navigational aids. You can see your estimated fuel consumption and distance, plus time to destination. It can even highlight any precautions along the way. This morning we're headed to the Black Dog Wharf. It should take us about 35 minutes to get there, so let's go. While underway, you can watch your progress and view updated stats. At any time, you can easily browse through services and points of interest near your destination, like the Harbor Master, marinas and moorings, fuel stations, restaurants and bars, shops, taxis and launch services, and more. They appear automatically within the auto routing menu. Just choose the category and they're highlighted on the map, complete with phone number and VHF channel. We're getting close to the marina now. I can even call right from the app to see which dock to pull into.
Hello, Sean. Do you hear me?
Sean is gone.
Sean is gone. Hello.
There he is.
Do you hear me? Sean, your mic is off. Can you hear me? Yeah, but I can't hear you. Check your microphone, it's off. I think it's in the settings of your phone.
Misschien heeft hij geen toestemming gegeven voor geluid.
Well, we try to make a connection with Sean. We go back to the movie, and as soon as we have a good connection, we will be in the live broadcast with Sean. Well, he's back. Maybe it works now. Hello, Sean. Yes. Now I have. Sean, can you turn your camera a quarter so we have horizontal? Yes.
Yeah, much better.
Okay.
Okay, Sean, welcome in the show. I will give the word to Wim. Wim is much handsomer and speaks better English than me, so he can do the interview with you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Sean, good morning. How are you? And where are you at the moment?
I'm at home at the moment.
Yeah, I can tell.
Well. Wish I was out on the water because the weather looks better than it did the days before. But yeah, some kind of food poisoning or something. So.
Oh yeah, but you look.
To be on the water.
It sounds a bit rubbish, but you look rubbish, really, as if you are really tired.
Yeah.
Okay. For the 3 people in our world who do not know you, who's Sean Witt? Why Witt?
Yeah, Sean Witt. I live in the Netherlands. Usually participate in a bunch of tournaments throughout the year, including the Predatortour in the Netherlands and Sweden.
Yeah.
Fortunately, due to the entire situation globally, we're unable to attend during these big events.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's me as an angler. I'm a fanatic pike angler. I'm not that skilled in fishing for perch and zander, which is always an issue during these big tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and then at the same time I do multiple stuff for several brands. I work for a Dutch company called Technautic, which is the distributor of Minn Kota, Humminbird, and also Rebel's Hell.
Yeah.
And I do stuff for several lure companies and clothing brands and stuff. But
okay.
Yeah.
And doing well. I know from experience you've got a podcast as well.
Yeah.
I listen to that once in a while, and I think that's going really good. Tell me more about your connection to the Predatortour.
Yeah, I think the first Predatortour that I participated in was 2017 in the Swedish Predatortour. Which was a new event for us. We fished smaller tournaments back in the days, but the Predatortour itself, it was always something we aimed to participate. We're always not that much of competition anglers and stuff, but we thought let's just give it a go. Especially the Predatortour in 2017 in Sweden was for us easier to compete in because it was in Sweden. It was highly focused on pike. You do need to
and kind of your home water.
Exactly. Yeah. And also it was perch as well that year that need to be included, and also a trout if you really wanted to get lucky. Nobody caught a trout during that event. The perch turned out to be the main issue for most of the guys.
Yeah.
But in 2018, the Predatortour, well, we got the hang of it. I mean, in 2017, we were really happy with it. We got 4th place, and we thought, just fuck it, let's
do it again.
The Dutch version as well.
Yeah.
So we participated in 2018 in the Swedish Predatortour. Had an amazing run first day. I think we caught over 8 fish over 100 centimeters. Had a good lead, but at the same time we knew that fishing on a lake like that, if you have such good results that the fishing is on, some other team can come along the next day and do the exact same thing as you've been.
He knows the trick.
Yeah, so that kind of happened the day after. It was a Danish team that overtook us halfway through the second day, and then we had a great comeback with a 1m13 pike and a 1m22.
Yeah.
Back at the leaderboard, and then on day 3, I don't know, it felt like we had it in the pocket some way, but at the same time, with the knowledge you had from the day before that people could overtake you again.
Yeah.
We chose the wrong side of the lake because the opposite side of the lake had way more wind, so the conditions were way better over there. And we were just sitting in the dead calm, sunny, no windy, no activity at all. Yeah, and we're just sitting there, and like after a couple of hours, the nerves starting to get to you because you are tempted to look at your phone instead of doing fishing, and then you're not getting any activity at all. So at some point we were checking our phones more often than we were doing casts. So we were like, okay, we need to stop this. We're gonna put our phones away, put it in a hatch.
Cast away the telephone, start fishing again.
Exactly. So that was, we put it away, and then in the most dead calm conditions, like half an hour on the clock, I managed to catch a 1.17 meter, which was like a 4 centimeter upgrade, I think. And then we knew that it would be nearly impossible to beat us. Instead of, if a team caught like 2 fish over 1.20 meter in the last 30 minutes, which on Vanern is nearly impossible. So yeah, that was in the pocket. And then we went to the Netherlands and like, we gonna fish on Haringvliet and on Hollandsdiep, which was a lake we never fished before. So
yeah, you didn't know the lakes before.
No, not at all.
Very new. Yeah.
Yeah, and we did fish for Zanders sometimes, but it was usually vertical fishing. Never did any casting for Zander and stuff because we're all hardcore pike anglers. And with some intel and some info from some friends, we found some spots, but we didn't really catch any on those spots. And then on the first day, we had some decent pike results, not amazing, and there were a lot of teams that already qualified with the with 3 of each species. So that was, for us, it was like, okay, you know, it's just it will be competing just to see how far we can go.
It's fun.
And then the thing we did was like after the first day when we saw all the results of all the people, we just stayed on the water late and just scouted some spots where we thought, okay, we might need to find this Zander more shallow. Because we did see some people catching Zander on the shallows as well. So we just experimented with some small soft baits, and first thing in the morning we went to a big shallow spot, started casting, and we caught loads of Zander, all relative small ones, but it got us the Zander as well. So
almost comparable to your start on the former Predator, banging on the first day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the last in 2019 we had a great run with, you know, caught a lot of pike, good pike as well, good bunch of Zander as well on the first day. But then the perch has always been an issue for us. I mean, the Zander always
you can tell in the leaderboard. It shows. Yeah.
It's always difficult to perch, and they can be more erratic than other species, it feels to me.
Yeah.
Because on the first time we competed in the Predatortour, on the second day, at the last half hour, we found a spot where we had, I think we caught like 7 or 8 perch over 40 centimeters in like half an hour. And all of a sudden, bang, you just find them and they're all there. And then and you can hit the jackpot. But they seem to move and they seem to be active, inactive, so erratic that you can do all the right things. But if you're just not there at the right time, it can be really difficult.
I hate perch.
Me too.
No, I fish perch constantly, so I know what you're talking about. I'm really a perch fisherman, so I know it's erratic. They are everywhere or nowhere. That's it, really. That's it.
But how did you cope with that, with learning to fish for perch? Because when you want to learn for fish for perch, it's really, you know, you need to get that confirmation that you're doing the right thing at some point. But if they're so erratic,
it's what you do. You know spots, and it's, you know, the sensitivity of your bait. You know, it's so when you fish pike, I don't fish with big lure. I fish with creature baits, crawl, depending on the season, of course. And if they are there, stay there. If they are not there, move. That's it. It's constantly moving like a perch. You have to move like a perch. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's for me, it's big fun because.
What's the challenge? I mean,
it's a daily surprise. That's it. Yeah, it's a daily surprise. And by the way, you're a really good pike angler. Do you use that in your strategies when you're fishing in a competition? Let's start with Zander, let's start with perch, because I know how to catch a pike. Is that a common way for you?
Yeah, but at the same time with the rules, like with 3 species each, the tournament is relatively pike heavy.
Yeah.
That's where you can gain the most centimeters.
Yeah.
We switched it up with usually me and my team buddy. One would use smaller crankbaits or smaller lures to, you know, trying to catch anything that's out there. I mean, small spinnerbaits, for instance, worked really well for us because we could catch perch, we could catch Zander, we could catch pike. And then the other guy would just hammer the spot with a big bait and just see if we can selectively pull the big ones out as well. There's another benefit to it as well. If you do cast big baits for like 2 or 3 days in a row, your shoulder just gets completely messed up. I went to a physician to actually help my right arm because I've had some issues after a couple of really long sessions in Sweden casting super heavy baits.
It's top sport. It's really.
Yeah, it is. My right arm was completely messed up. I then needed to do like training and to start mobilizing my arm again. So that wasn't. So taking shifts, like one guy fishes the small baits and the other guy big baits, that helps out as well. And it gives you a bigger window in catching the other species as well. So yeah.
I want to know more about your connection with Rebel Cell. I've put a Rebel Cell logo. You are connected to Rebel Cell besides Technotic, of course. How did that come apart? How did that work out for you?
Well, it was actually quite in the beginning where almost the entire industry was still using old lead acid batteries.
From the caravan.
Exactly, heavy, relatively reliable, but at the same time, with cold temperatures, they're quite sensitive. At the same time, heavy, and you would dispose them every couple of years because they're not really, especially with deep discharging. When you drain battery during a heavy day with a lot of wind, you can do that 2, 3, maybe 4 times. But then the battery is completely gone. Nobody's really checking, and especially on a lead acid battery, you couldn't really check what the capacity was. So a couple of years ago, I was approached by Rebel Cell, by the owner, and asked me if I was interested in collaborating and testing out his products. And I started working with a 24-volt system because I used a Minn Kota power drive first. Then I switched to a Ulterra, and always 24 volts because I'm using quite a heavy boat. And I was really blown away by the fact that that battery was so light. I started out with 24 volt 50, tested it out in Sweden, never had any issues with capacity or so. And the thing that stood out for me was the fact that with a lead acid battery, the voltage drops down quite fast. And with the lower voltage, you need to increase the. If you would normally, like when the battery is full, you could put your electric engine or your trolling engine. You could put it like half throttle or something, to get the power you desire. But once the lead acid battery starts to decline and the voltage goes down, you need to step it up towards 6 or 7 or 8, and that drains the battery even faster. With lithium, that's way less of a thing. So that was one of the benefits too, and it saved up a lot of weight. And from that on, a collaboration came through where we started out thinking about new products in the market, seeing what the demand in the product market is, but also focusing highly on social media.
And can you influence that with your knowledge? Can you influence new products?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's like, for instance, with the one of the last components in the boat that still that old lead acid technology was the starting battery. That's something that I have been thinking about and talking about a lot as well. That we need to do something with those starting batteries, especially. I came back from an era where you put a big, like a big 105 or even bigger lead acid battery in the back. When you do a lot of trolling, it's quite easy because the dynamo of your petrol engine
will fill it up.
And then it's you're done, you're sorted. But a lot of guys are using a separate system, especially when you do a lot of casting. For me as well, when I'm out in Sweden and you're casting non-stop, you can't rely on that lead acid battery. You need a separate battery to power your sonars, especially with all the big screens coming now out.
You drain it.
You drain it, And so you see that people were using a battery for their trolling engine and battery for their sonars or screens. I use a Solix 15, for instance, which drains a lot of energy. So you need a battery for those, and then you need a battery to start your engine as well, because all the big engines are all electrically started. So, but it was still an old lead acid battery, and I was still using the old lead acid battery that I had, which was like close to 30 kilograms, which was a lot of weight in a boat. And now we developed a starting battery that does the exact same thing with a high reliability, because the lithium that we use isn't that sensitive for cold weather and stuff. You can check what the voltage is, which you can normally not do on a lead acid battery, and it's only 1.5 kilograms. So
I know. I use a Rebel Cell on my belly boat. It's this big. It's a pack of butter. That's it. And it's really cool.
So
really
easy
cool.
to pack.
Really cool.
It's And another part we worked a lot on is to the waterproof capability. So with the outdoor box and stuff, which is more commonly used in the carp fishing industry, but I see a lot of belly boat guys using it as well. Yeah, and we now develop one that's completely submergible, so you can just drop it in the water, fish in any conditions. And
would be great for me, really.
Yeah. For me too. If I would just be a belly boat fisher, I wreck a lot of stuff. I got two left hands sometimes when it comes to keeping stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
I've got no sunglasses anymore. Okay.
Sounds so familiar. Yeah. Yeah, or on top of the car, or driving away with the boat. And then I had it with guiding a couple of weeks ago. One of my customers told me, I think your sunglasses are gone. I'm like,
yeah,
oh, shit.
Yeah, I know that. Okay, what do you think about the Predator as we are doing it right now? Online, it's how we have to do it, but what's your opinion on this, or how do you look at it? And by the way, I'm really happy to have you here, because we needed live action. What we really miss is live action, because the fishermen are all a bit hesitant to call in.
Yeah.
And so this is really cool to have you.
Well, great to be here, and the pleasure is all mine, because obviously I would have wanted to fish the tournament and especially the normal tournament that we had, like in June, or it was in October. I think all of us would have settled for October or even November if it had to be. But things the way it's looking now, it's the only way we can actually organize a tournament like this. And I'm really happy that you guys pushed through and that you took the effort to organize something like this. I think that what you're saying is that a lot of anglers can be a bit hesitant to go live. I think the weather conditions that we had yesterday, for instance, as well, make it a bit difficult too, because the wind is just insanely hard sometimes at some lakes, which makes it really hard to control a boat, to fish, and to go live as well. That makes it hard. And yeah, maybe in the future you can do something with camera guys on board. And or just drive around and film, like you have a couple of marshals on board and just drive by and interview people. But I do understand that with the whole condition at the moment, the whole pandemic and stuff, you have to make do with what you can, and you guys are doing a great job, and I'm really happy that you're keeping one of the tournaments at least going in a different way, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, we have to keep it alive, but on the other hand, it's also a very good preparation maybe for a real life tournament.
Exactly, yeah.
On any water, in combination with this. Yesterday, at the end of the day, we had evaluation, of course, because the sergeant major wanted to evaluate. There he is. And despite the fact it's the first time, it's going really well, because everything works really well. And this is a form of training, what we do, and we can prepare more. And I think it can be a learning for other tournaments as well. This is the very first time we do this in Europe. It makes sense this will be combined eventually, and makes it really interesting also for the sponsors and all the and competitors, of course, who work for the sponsors.
Yeah,
we think we're doing quite well. I've got a question from you. I've got a question for you from Alex Nee Wells. Are you planning to release a 36V1?
Good question.
Good question.
Yeah, well, we get a demand a lot in the markets that people are looking at a 36-volt system. It's something that we see with the bigger boats, that the power that's demanded is getting better and better as well. A lot of people want to have bigger engines, bigger boats, and also batteries that suit them. And I think the current market, all those 36-volt systems are usually where you hook multiple batteries up together. So yeah, that's something we're looking into, definitely.
Yeah, and that's also an example of cooperation that you can influence. Yeah, good question. Really good question.
So yeah, we're open for suggestions and any wishes out from the market. We have to see if it's viable. We have to check out the capacity and because all the 36-volt systems, how big do you need the battery? What kind of anglers are using it? What kind of types of boats? But we are looking into it, and any suggestions or any wishes from the market are always welcome. So good question.
You're talking about the market. You are a pro. Let's call it a pro staffer. How do you see those kind of connections with? Because you tell me now, and people, you have influence. You can influence products, product placement, etc., etc. For instance, Technologic, great company, great gear. How do you see a cooperation with a company like that?
Well, I think the name of Pro Staff has been it has two different interpretations, I guess. Some people can interpret it as a promotional staff, so people just use products and then they start promoting it, and that's it. That makes you promotional staff, short Pro Staff.
Yeah.
But then you have a different variant as well, which is Pro Staff as someone who uses it in a professional way. I value the professional collaboration where I'd like to have influence on the products that I'm using. Obviously, with some brands, it's easier than others. The benefit with Rebel Cell is that it is a Dutch company. It's based in the Netherlands. We're focused on the European market. That makes it easier to have influence on product development and stuff than, for instance, Minn Kota, because the US market is just way bigger.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest about that. So it has its benefits of being a Dutch or European-based company. But I do value the collaboration in that way, that you can influence, that you can, get feedback from the market and put that into product development. Yeah.
Yeah, and not only as a possibility to fish a lot.
Yeah, well, it has its benefits. Obviously, I left the corporate world in 2018, just going all in on fishing. I haven't doubted it ever since, but you have to work with a lot of brands together. I do some guiding as well, but I would not advise anyone to be fully into guiding at this moment, especially with the pandemic going on. Luckily for me, I know that other guys have it rough, so I hope those guys can get back up on their feet. But for me, if you want to go full all in on the fishing industry, you have to collaborate and work with brands together. Otherwise, it's possible.
And be really passionate about it. I heard a podcast from you about guiding in Sweden. How that's really romantic to do, but it's really hardworking. Really hardworking.
It is. I really respect those guys that are doing it like full swing, day in, day out. I know a couple of them that are just out on the water 5 or 6 days a week and
don't eat at home.
No, you come on, you leave early, you come home late. You have to be out there in the most shitty conditions out there, especially if you have international customers. It's not an easy job. No, definitely not.
And you have to shine constantly.
Yeah, you have to entertain, you have to learn people stuff, and you have to perform at the same time. So yeah.
Okay, but shining, what's your future? Not at the moment because you feel a bit ill, I think, but. What are your plans?
Food poisoning.
Lousy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope it all depends. I think for everyone, I think it all depends on the entire global situation, how it will turn out, how this will play out. Hopefully, we can fish tournaments in the old style again next year. Maybe we can do a combination of both, like you suggested. That we have some more online influences. I think it's a good direction. I think either way, the test case or the experiment that you guys are doing now will help you learn in putting some elements to use,
you bet.
Even if you go back to the old situation. So that will be good. For me personally, I am working on a couple of projects. I have one which I can't really tell too much about, but that will probably be a big one. It's an international project which involves a lot of content creators. I will be continuing to do some guiding, but in a lesser form because I simply do not have the time for it. And I'm still working with a lot of brands, but I will keep on working with Rebel Cell. I will keep on working with the guys from Technologic, from Hammerburg, Minn Kota. And I will also start picking up my own content creation stuff in the near future as well. You mentioned the podcast. That's something we're gonna re-energize again, but also my own fishing videos. I need to pick it up again, but time has been short these past couple of months.
Sounds really cool. Okay. Do you have any suggestions or messages for the competitors today and tomorrow? Yeah, tight line, fish on, bang it.
Well, I'm not gonna give any perch advice because I would be the wrong guy to give people perch advice.
Yeah.
I do notice. Well, I don't want to. I noticed in my fishing over the past couple of weeks that a lot of pike are already schooling around the schools of baitfish. So if you can find the baitfish, you can already find the pike.
Yeah.
And from my experience, I found a lot of fish going between that 4 to 8 meter range, especially the bigger ones.
Yeah, a bit deeper. All right.
Put that to your advantage, guys. The ones who are struggling with pike.
Use
I saw
it.
Bart van der Boom in his short interview and stuff, and Bart was always. I will whisper some secret stuff in his ears.
Okay, do that. Do that. Hey, thanks a lot. Good to talk to you. Very nice what you've told us, and keep on hammering.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, thanks for having me, and good luck with the organization, with the tournament. I will watch it at home. I'm probably gonna lie my bet a bit more and just, follow the other competitors, and we'll see how it goes. So thanks a lot for hosting it, and thanks a lot for having me on.
Yeah, get better. Get better.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Sean. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
You too, man.
Bye. Understood. That was Sean Witt, the big Sean Witt, but now a bit sick at home. We'll go further. Oh, he's here as well.
Since it was a Rebel Cell, we do the short Rebel Cell intro, and then we will come back with some updates. Well, back to the studio. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the live interview with Sean. Well, Sean is not only a representative of Rebel Cell, but he's also a skilled fisherman. He already won Predator Sweden, as mentioned. What's the plan for the rest of today? we will still have broadcasts for like in 1 hour. And then, as you know, we will stop the live streaming. That's not about us, but that's a restriction of Facebook. We can't stream the full time. We need to have a little break into the middle. If you check the leaderboard, it's gonna be more and more excited. A lot of teams now get their 1,000 bonus points. What does 1,000 bonus points means? That they have the list full. What's the full list? That they have caught the 3 Pikes, 3 Zander and 3 Perch. When you fill up all the lines, your 3 Pikes, then you can go to the 3 Zanders. And when you have the 3 Zanders, you go to the 3 Perches. And when you have all the lines full, then you will be rewarded with 1,000 extra bonus points. Why is that? That's because it can be happening that some participants only catch small fish, like small pikes, small zander, small perch, and other teams maybe catch big pikes, big zander, and big perch, but they are not completing the full the full list. So the total of 3. And in theory, that can means that a team who have all the lists full, that they still lose from teams who don't catch the 3 Pikes. So and to stop that, we built in our web app that when once you have your full lines, so your 3 Pikes, 3 Zanders and 3 Perch, you will be rewarded with 1,000 extra bonus points. So when you go to our free web app, Predatortour free web app, it's downloaded for free in the App Store or in the Android Store, and you can watch the leaderboard in the app. If you don't want to download the app, you can also go to our website predatortour.com, and the leaderboard is also shown on our website. Well, if you want to see more action, we mentioned this morning we have a live link. Well, the participants, I think they are still busy doing the fishing. What they will do instead is sending some pictures. So if you want to see some pictures with really nice and big fish, then you can go to our official Instagram account, Predatortour on Instagram, and you can see movies and big fish on the Instagram account as well. So please follow us on Instagram and don't miss any action. Well, I will continue here with a movie. It is a movie from our media partners. It's a movie from 2015, so that's a couple of years ago, but nevertheless it still is action-packed. So, sit down, relax, and watch the movie from Fish and Fang, our media partner from Germany. And as soon as we have some action going on live from our participants, of course we interrupt the movie and we will bring them live into our show.
Ist mir eigentlich auch noch nie passiert. In Schweden gefahren und so weiter, da sind mehr Findlinge und hier bei so einem flachen Wasser muss irgendwo so ein Stein liegen. Und dann der neue Motor.
Fisch an! Barsch,
Scheiß Barsch. Wenn ich könnte, würde ich ein Knöpfchen drücken hier am Motor und mich nach Hause beamen. Da habe ich meine Ruhe. Boah! Das ist so geil!
Wer in den letzten 2 Jahren die Fisch- und Fang-Profiliga verfolgt hat, der hat gesehen, dass auch ein Angelprofi unter Wettkampfbedingungen ordentlich ins Schwitzen kommt. Das Challenge-Fischen, das sogenannte Challenge-Fischen, hat bei unseren niederländischen Nachbarn eine lange Tradition. Hier gibt es verschiedene Wettbewerbe und einer davon ist die Predatortour, die Angler, Angelprofis aus verschiedenen Ländern anlockt, also nicht nur aus den Niederlanden. Hier sind Teams aus
Frankreich, Belgien, Luxemburg,
Österreich, Schweiz, Deutsche natürlich auch, wir. Um diesen Liga-Modus sozusagen mal live mitzuerleben, nehmen wir dieses Jahr mit einem Team von der Fisch und Fang, also Steffen und ich, an der Predatortour teil. Und es findet ja in diesem Jahr am Hollandsdiep statt. Das ist im niederländischen Rheindelta, ein richtiges Großgewässer. Wir beide waren noch nie da drauf.
Leider. Ja.
Aber wir haben uns den einen oder anderen Tipp von einem unserer Autoren geholt, den wir jetzt nicht verraten wollen. Und hatten einen Tag Zeit, das Gewässer ein bisschen kennenzulernen und uns eine Taktik zurechtzulegen, um hier in den nächsten Tagen ordentlich Fische zu fangen. Aber seht selbst. Ja, guten Morgen zu unserem ersten offiziellen Trainingstag hier am Hollandsdiep. Wir sind gestern angekommen, haben eingecheckt und haben dann auch schnell das Boot geslippt, weil wir aufs Wasser wollten. Wir haben hier in Hafennähe 2 Spots angefischt, einen etwas tieferen, das lief echt zäh, und haben dann gegen Abend die flachen Uferpartien abgeklopft und haben da auch relativ zügig 5 Zander gefangen. Wir haben jetzt hier schon 2 Stunden geangelt und das ist jetzt der erste maßige Fisch. Komm, kleiner Mann. So ein 50er Zander. Und er ist direkt da vorne an der Packung eingestiegen. Auf so 12 cm no Action Shed und 5 Gramm Kopf. Und ganz langsam gezubbelt. Aber die Fische stehen auf jeden Fall flach. Oh.
Tüch. Komm her. Ja, die schönen Drillinge noch. Da ist er. Oh, den brauchen wir. Den brauchen wir für den Wettkampf. Das wäre natürlich ein Traum.
Also flach ist schon mal die richtige Tendenz. Heute haben wir noch einen Tag zum Trainieren. Wir werden verschiedene Stellen antesten und uns dann einen guten Plan für morgen machen. Los geht's! Wir tuckern hier jetzt langsam aus dem Hafen raus. Die Sonne knallt schon ziemlich hart vom Himmel runter. Ja, und wir wollen uns aufmachen zu unserer ersten Stelle. Das ist hier unten so ein Flachwasserbereich. Das Hollandsdiep ist eine Unbekannte für uns beide. Wir haben hier vorher noch nie gefischt, aber wir haben ja das Glück, dass wir liebe Autoren haben, die uns da den einen oder anderen Tipp gegeben haben. Wir werden die Stellen jetzt mal antesten und uns dann sozusagen ein Konzept für unsere nächsten Tage machen, wie wir an die Hechte, Barsche und Zander rankommen.
Okay, we do a short interruption of the movie. We just get in a huge pike from one of the participants, and this is a really big one. It's the biggest so far. It's 123 caught by Team Landboats Europe, and this we can't. We must show it.
Zo, Harry.
Hoppa.
Wat hebben we hier in de handen?
Monsterpike.
Droomvis, jongen.
1,23 meter.
Hartstikke idee.
Ah, lekker hoor.
Ja, echt.
En in de wedstrijd, hoe mooi wil je het hebben?
Hey, en ondertussen zijn we aan het knoeien met de snoek. Wat komt er nog even aan ons lijntje? Schitterend.
Nou, terugzetten.
Ja, we gaan het terugzetten. Lekker hoor. Lekker hoor. Een dikke 1,20 bak. Ook dat nog een keer. Ja, Harry, was het een spannend gevecht? Hey?
Dat was fantastisch.
Ik zag dat speldje op het eind. Ik denk dat is heel goed dat hij in het netje ligt.
Speldje opengebogen.
lijntje hing nog net aan het speldje vast. Mooi wil je het hebben.
Prachtig. Nou heren, wij gaan nog even vissen. Laters.
Well, that was a huge pike, 123 for the long boys. Catching a big one like that is an achievement by itself. But catching a big fish like that in a competition, that's really awesome. Well, great job, guys. The biggest fish so far in the competition, 123. And keep up the good works, guys. Keep on hammering and be the best. Catch the biggest. Okay, we go back to our movie. And we will take it from there. And hopefully we have more information from the water live to bring into the live broadcast.
Ist mir eigentlich auch noch nie passiert. In Schweden gefahren und so weiter, da sind mehr Findlinge und hier bei so einem flach. Natürlich. Ah, komm her. Ja, die schönen Drillinge noch. Da ist er. Oh, den brauchen wir. Den brauchen wir für den Wettkampf. Das wäre natürlich ein Traum.
Also flach ist schon mal die richtige Tendenz. Heute haben wir noch einen Tag zum Trainieren. Wir werden verschiedene Stellen antesten und uns dann einen guten Plan für morgen machen. Los geht's! Wir tuckern hier jetzt langsam aus dem Hafen raus. Die Sonne knallt schon ziemlich hart vom Himmel runter. Ja, und wir wollen uns aufmachen zu unserer ersten Stelle. Das ist hier unten so ein Flachwasserbereich. Das Hollandsdiep ist eine Unbekannte für uns beide. Wir haben hier vorher noch nie gefischt, aber wir haben ja das Glück, dass wir liebe Autoren haben, die uns da den einen oder anderen Tipp gegeben haben. Wir werden die Stellen jetzt mal antesten und uns dann sozusagen ein Konzept für unsere nächsten Tage machen, wie wir an die Hechte, Barsche und Zander rankommen.
Wir sind jetzt an der Stelle angekommen, die Florian gezeigt hat auf der Karte. Und weil wir gestern überhaupt keinen Hechtkontakt hatten, wollen wir jetzt dieses Flachwassergebiet auf Hecht beide zusammen erstmal absuchen. Also nicht unsere Doppelstrategie, einer klein, einer groß, sondern jetzt werfen wir beide große Köder und fangen hoffentlich den ersten Hecht. Oh, ganz lange wieder rumgeangelt. Jetzt haben wir noch mal einen Zander. Wieder auf diesen komischen Köder hier. Der krass. Oh, den brauchen wir auch wieder morgen. Boah, voll genommen das Ding. Da ist er. Oh, herrlich. Zack. Seitlich am Flachen bis zur Kante geworfen. Hat er ihn hart attackiert. Jetzt müssen wir unbedingt noch den Hecht fangen. Deswegen bleibe ich bei meinen größeren Ködern. Barsche haben wir gefunden, mehrere Ecken. Ja, da werden wir bestimmt was fangen können. Brauchen wir ja nur einen. Und 3 Zander sollte auch möglich sein, aber Hecht. Das ist die große Unbekannte im Moment. Da tun wir uns richtig schwer und den müssen wir jetzt unbedingt noch kriegen.
Cool. Ja. Hecht. Ah. Ab. Aber da war der erste Hecht für uns. Hat er hinten vor der Packung weggebissen beim ersten Anjiggen. Auf hier so einen olivfarbenen Chat. Geil. So kann es weitergehen. Ja, während Steffen die ganze Zeit so Köder um die 20 cm wirft, habe ich hier etwas kleinere Modelle, also ein Kompromissköder. Und da hoffe ich einfach, dass der Zander, Barsch oder auch mal ein Hecht drauf geht. Barschtechnisch hatten wir schon einige Nachläufer. Ich hatte auch 2 Bisse, die leider nicht hängen geblieben sind. Keine Ahnung warum. Wir bleiben dran, machen mal weiter und hoffen, dass da noch was kommt.
Da man bei den riesigen Wasserflächen schnell den Überblick verliert und den Hotspot nur mit viel Glück exakt wiederfindet, setzt sich Steffen noch während des Drills per Knopfdruck einen GPS-Marker.
Beide Drillinge hier, das ist gut. Boah, einer drüber jetzt. Boah, der Drilling soll da weg, ey. Wir haben gerade die Stelle gewechselt. Und haben jetzt hier den Hecht drauf bekommen. Ultra geil, ey. Aber hoffentlich kriegen wir sowas auch morgen. So ein geiler Hecht, der würde richtig zählen. Richtig toll. Super, haben natürlich auch leider viele andere Angler jetzt gerade gesehen.
Es ging gerade blitzschnell. Steffen und ich hatten die Stelle gewechselt, weil da unten, wo eben der 90er Hecht von Steffen kam, wurde es auf einmal richtig voll. Ist ja klar, 50 Boote bei dem Wettbewerb dabei. Da sind die Stellen dann auch schnell mal rar. Aber wir haben jetzt hier einfach so eine Steinpackung aufgesucht. Hier ist es 1,90 Meter und haben einfach mal die Packung abgeleiert mit hier relativ großen Gummifischen. Denn das Wasser ist ziemlich trüb und die fallen doch dann mehr auf als so ein 14er, 15er Shed. Und da ist dann gerade beim zweiten Wurf so ein 70er Zander, schätze ich war das, eingestiegen und ja, kurz vom Boot dann natürlich wieder ausgeschlitzt.
Ihr habt in unserem Probetag ja gesehen, dass es nicht ganz einfach war hier zu fischen, zumindest wenn man sich, wie wir, nicht perfekt auskennt, ja gar nicht im Prinzip, bis auf ein paar Tipps. Und wir haben Folgendes müssen wir beachten, wir haben 3 Tage Zeit, um 3 Hechte zu fangen. Die 3 größten Hechte werden gewertet, die 3 größten Zander und der größte Barsch. Und diese 7 Fische, die man sonst eigentlich die kann man schon mal fangen, auch an einem Tag, aber mit 50 Booten auf dem Wasser wird das nicht leichter und wir müssen mal gucken, dass wir das hinbekommen. Wir gehen gleich jetzt noch auf das Eröffnungsevent, da werden die weiteren Regeln uns erklärt, denn da gibt es einige zu beachten.
Das Punktetableau verdeutlicht die Regeln. In die Wertung gehen 3 Hechte, 3 Zander und ein Barsch. Dabei haben die Fischarten unterschiedliche Prioritäten im Wertungssystem. Erst wenn 3 Hechte gefangen wurden, gehen die Zander in die Wertung ein. Der Barsch zählt folglich erst dann, wenn 3 Hechte und 3 Zander gefangen wurden.
Ja, und dann gehen wir gleich darüber, kriegen noch ein paar Regeln erklärt und dann sehen wir uns morgen wieder. Wir sind heiß, wir haben Bock.
Auf jeden Fall. Wir wollen euch nicht enttäuschen.
Natürlich
und uns
nicht.
Selbst natürlich auch nicht. Jetzt sind wir offiziell angemeldet, haben unser Cappy bekommen, ein T-Shirt, eine Karte vom Gewässer, mussten unsere Kamera zur Inspektion geben, die ist auch genehmigt, Messlatte dazu, die geht aber nur bis 1,20 Meter, hat Florian gesagt. Der braucht nachher anscheinend eine größere. Wäre schön.
Hi, mein Name ist Evert Oostdam. Ich bin von Holland. So vielleicht das Reden ist nicht... aber ja, ich habe eine Großhandel in Artikeln für Hecht und Zander und von Rute und Kunstköder, Wobbler. Und ich habe auch ein Geschäft für Angelsportreisen, das mache ich auch. Und ich mache auch Predatortour. Und Predatortour ist wie ein Europameister, groß. Viele Lande, auch von diesen Jahren, Belgien, Deutschland, Schweiz, wir haben Oostenrijk. Ja, der erste Mal was in 2009. Da war in Norwegen, wir haben geangelt in Schweden, Irland und jetzt in Holland. Und das ist eine Europatour. Und das ist auch gleich das Besondere. Das ist von ganz Europa. Und vielleicht ein NKS, es ist nur Holland. So, Predatortour ist größer.
Gegen 6 Uhr in der Früh füllt sich der Hafen zunehmend mit PS-starken Angelbooten. Zwar beginnt der Wettkampf erst um 8 Uhr, aber vorher steht den Teams ein gründlicher Bootscheck bevor.
Hier, die haben sowas noch davor, ist auch nicht schlecht, ne? Findeschützen. Jetzt sind wir gerade beim Check-up sozusagen, werden kontrolliert, dass wir auch alles legal machen und nichts irgendwie einen kleinen Livebed irgendwo noch verstecken oder vielleicht noch eine Harpune irgendwie und eine Tauchausrüstung, um die Hechte zu schießen. Und die sind relativ gründlich. Hoffentlich finden sie nichts, wir haben alles dabei.
Steffen, du bist hier gerade noch fleißig Köder am Sortieren. Ein paar Sachen am Parat legen vielleicht, für gleich, dass wir direkt starten können. Wie geht's dir denn? In einer halben Stunde geht's los?
Das Gute ist, wenn man Köder sortiert, dann hat man was zu tun und ist nicht so aufgeregt. Ist schon, vor allem, weil wir ja vorne stehen, um zu filmen und alle Boote dahinter uns sind, das sieht schon richtig böse aus. Da müssen jetzt auch fast alle da sein. Geht's hoffentlich gleich los und dann können wir von hinten das Feld aufräumen. Hoffentlich kommt man nicht an den ersten Platz, wo wir den Hecht hatten und den dicken Zanderbiss. Und da stehen dann schon alle und wir können uns nicht mehr einreihen. Das würde mich richtig, richtig nerven.
Der Druck steigt. Steffen ist die Anspannung sichtlich anzumerken. Kein Wunder, denn Größen wie Luc Coppens befinden sich im Teilnehmerfeld. ...48 Teams starten zur Predatortour 2015 auf dem Hollandsdiep. Wer fängt die größten Hechte, Zander und Barsche?
Das war ja ein spritziger Start. Die meisten sind wahrscheinlich schon an ihren Stellen. Hier vorne kam schon, keine Ahnung, nach 2 Minuten der erste Biss, der erste Fisch. Ich schätze mal so ein Zander, 60 cm. Also es beißt anscheinend. Wir geben jetzt auch mal Gas und dann melden wir uns gleich. Ja, N40er Barsch auf dem 23er Gummi. Das Ding hier voll weggeprügelt. Der Haken sitzt hier richtig hinten drin. Wir sind richtig aggro momentan. Steffen hatte gerade einen Hecht kurz vom Boot drauf. Der ist zweimal richtig draufgeballert, ist aber leider nicht hängen geblieben.
Da hat sich Florian ein wenig verschätzt. Der gierige Stachelritter ist exakt 43 cm lang. Um Ihnen die Auswirkung dieses Fangs in der Rangliste zu verdeutlichen, blenden wir die Wertungstabelle ein. 43 Zähler können die beiden in ihrer Barschwertung verbuchen. Doch nach den Regularien der Predatortour stehen die beiden in der Gesamtwertung immer noch mit 0 Punkten da, solange nicht 3 Hechte und 3 Zander gefangen wurden.
Steffen?
Ja.
Was war da gerade los?
Die ersten Emotionen sind jetzt weg, aber das war unfassbar. Den ersten Wurf mit diesem Zwazonka-Tralala, mit der gestern auch gut war. Erste Wurf, ein paar Kurbelumdrehungen, sofort ein Fisch eingestiegen, hing auch Biss gemacht. Hinten an der Oberfläche ausgestiegen. War groß. War auf jeden Fall groß. Das ist der zweite Hecht, den ich jetzt drauf hatte. Unfassbar. Den Barsch, 2 Hechte hätten schon im Boot sein können. Dann ist
ja, wir angeln erst eine halbe Stunde, muss man auch mal sagen, ne?
Ja. Unfassbar. Was für ein Stressangeln. Normalerweise Privatangeln, ein Fehlbiss, ja, dann ist der eben ab, ey. Dann ist das so, dann angelt man weiter. Aber jetzt, das ist richtig teuer, den zu verlieren. Richtig teuer. Das ist richtig teuer. Hoffentlich kommen keine anderen Boote her. Das ist der Spot, wo wir gestern, wo ich den 90er hatte. Wenn hier keiner kommt, das ist die Chance. Jetzt morgens hier noch einen fangen. Müssen wir schaffen. Wenigstens einen. Unfassbar, ey. Okay, but it's a little bit further than the island, I think. It's Yeah, there's one boat in.
Statt die Hechtwertung anzugreifen, greift Steffen lieber nach dem Telefon. Das sieht nach einer Panne aus.
We're behind. Okay, thank you, bye. Ich könnte kotzen. Ja, Propellerblatt im, im Flachen beschädigt. Also was heißt flach? 1,60, da wo wir immer fahren. Irgendwas am Grund. Ist eine Ecke abgebrochen. Jetzt den Chef informiert und der schickt jetzt ein Hilfsboot her und dann gucken wir, was ist. Das ist unfassbar. Wir haben gerade schön abgeankert den Spot, aber nicht, weil hier so viele Fische sind, sondern weil der Propeller jetzt kaputt ist. Wir haben hier schon geangelt, sind ja auch schon lang gefahren. Das ist auch alles kein Ultraflachwasser, 1,6 haben wir hier zwischen 1,5 und 1,7 Tiefe Meter. Und es hat einmal schön gerumst, der Motor ist hochgeflogen, es war nicht dieser Splint rausgeflogen, aber vom Blatt ist was abgebrochen. Eine winzige Ecke, aber es reicht schon aus, der läuft nicht mehr rund. Ja. Und damit ist jetzt der Tag für uns beendet und wir hoffen, dass wir irgendwo eine Schraube herkriegen. Wurde sofort ein Serviceboot angerufen, wir sind 5 Stück unterwegs, perfekt, gleich einen Händler angerufen und jetzt hoffen wir, dass wir die Schraube kriegen. Können wir vielleicht heute Abend oder mittags, nachmittags noch fischen und 2 Tage reichen ja auch, um 3 Riesenhechte und 3 große Zander zu fangen. Den Barsch haben wir ja schon. Wir bleiben optimistisch. Da der Motor jetzt eine Unwucht hat, durch diese kaputte Schraube, können wir nicht mehr fahren, hier ist das Getriebe kaputt. Jetzt werden wir abgeschleppt, ja, 7 Stundenkilometer. Das dauert. Dann nochmal hinfahren. Also der Tag heute, den haben wir wahrscheinlich dann vielleicht sogar verloren. Müssen wir mal gucken, wie schnell das alles geht. Ein paar Stunden können wir vielleicht noch, aber wird knapp, wird hart.
Der Händler, wo ich eben angerufen habe, der hatte noch den passenden Propeller da für dein Boot. War nicht ganz billig, aber wir wollen ja weiter fischen.
Ja, super, dass du den Propeller bekommen hast. Den können wir auch gleich wieder direkt umtauschen gehen. Denn am Propeller liegt es nicht. Also, Propeller ist auch kaputt, aber schlimmer ist, dass das Getriebe kaputt ist. Hafenmeister gerade geguckt, dran gedreht und das läuft, das ja, Getriebe siehst du, das eiert so, es ist unrund. Und neues Getriebe hast du nicht mitgebracht und ich sehe auch keinen neuen Motor. Sieht schlecht aus für uns.
Ich würde sagen, das war's mit der Competition.
Ja. Weiß jetzt erstmal auch nichts anderes. Ich kann erstmal den Kram raus, erstmal Pause jetzt.
Ja, Fakt ist, wir können mit dem Boot nicht mehr fahren. Nee. Eigentlich können wir nach Hause fahren, ne? Gelaufen. Ist mir, auch echt, Stunden angeln, ist mir echt auch noch nie passiert. In Schweden gefahren und so weiter, da sind mehr Findlinge und hier bei so einem flachen Wasser muss irgendwo so ein Stein liegen. Und dann der neue Motor, klar. Unglaublich.
Ist die Predator-Tour für die beiden schon nach 2 Stunden Angeln zu Ende? Steffen tippt fleißig auf seinem Handy. Wie wird es weitergehen? Wird es für die 2 überhaupt weitergehen? Das sehen Sie in der nächsten Ausgabe der Fisch und Fang.
Falls wir den auch zu heizen, habt ihr noch einen dritten Motor?
Fisch on! Barsch.
Scheiß Barsch. Alter, der dicke Fisch! Das gibt's nicht. Wenn alles schief läuft, dann muss das auch noch schief gehen. Hast du das gesehen? 1,10, 1,15? Jetzt grinst du da so blöd. Ich fass es nicht! Das gibt's nicht. Das ist so ist das. Ich hab keinen Bock mehr jetzt, ey. Hafenmeister! Ja? Hafenmeister! Ah. Wenn ich könnte, würde ich ein Knöpfchen drücken hier am Motor und mich nach Hause beamen. Da habe ich meine Ruhe. Boah! Das ist so geil! Ja, liebe Leser, hier im Hintergrund seht ihr das Boot, das wir beide...
Well, back to the studio again. This was part 1 of our media partner Fish and Fang. After this short update of the leaderboard, we will end our live stream. Then we are almost 4 hours on the air, and we will be back around 1 o'clock. Well, I will bring you now to our leaderboard. The leaderboard, I need to explain something about the leaderboard. For example, if we go to the second place, Martin and Christian, they have the 1,000 bonus points and they have like 613 points. We have 6, the numbers 1 until 6, until Hans and Ton, qualified teams, but this will be excited. If you go to team Navionics, and we will go to those guys, Koen and Jente. They only have like 590 points. That doesn't seem much, but if you go to their score so far, they have 3 Pikes, 3 Zanders, and 2 Perch. So what they need to catch now is the number 3 Perch, and then they will get the bonus points as well. Well, imagine they catch a 30 centimeter perch, then they will coming up with 620 points. When we go back to the leaderboard, with that 620 points, including the 1000 bonus points, that means that they will be on a 2nd place on the leaderboard. So it will be really exciting in the coming hours. If they catch a decent perch, like for example 30 centimeters, then they will be at the 2nd place of the Predator Tour 2020. So keep an eye on the leaderboard. You can download our free app in the App Store or the Google Play Store, or just check it at our website, predatortour.com. And watch the exciting going on. If you want to see pictures of fish, movies of fish, go to our Instagram account of the Predator Tour, and you see a lot of nice pictures and a lot of big fish. I want to say thank you for now. We are having a short break, and we will be back at the air at around 1 o'clock. Thank you for watching, and if there is any news going on, we will be back live as soon as possible. See you soon, and we will be back around 1 o'clock.